Hey folks, welcome to a special live stream where we're going to have an open discussion on Spider-Man Brand New Day. If you are a channel member, you can join us live in the studio here. There is a link in the community tab for members only that you can click on and come in. You don't have to do camera. You could just do audio only. So if you want to join and you're a member, you want to come on, then come on in. It's going to be spoilers, so maybe I should put a banner up. Hold on a second. Let me put a banner here, spoilers. Okay, so we're going to get into the spoilers, of course. Before we get into it, let me thank the channel members. So thank you to all of my super friends who are channel members. I appreciate you guys. There is a G drive filled with comic books. I take requests. If I can find the comic, I give it to you guys on that drive and share it with you so you guys can check that out. And it's like $2 a month or something like that. American, Canadian's like $3. And again, if you want to join us, there's a link in the community tab. We always thank our friend Clobbering Times, who passed away a couple years ago. We always thank him. So put a CT in the chat to honor his memory. Live streams coming up. Of course, Monday is Earth's Mightiest Mondays, where we talk Avengers comics. We're going to talk about issues 241, 242, 243. Tuesday night, TerrorVision, we're going to be talking about The Dentist, really cool horror movie. And Wednesday, we're going to finish off Todd McFarlane's run on Spider-Man. That'll be Wednesday, looking at the final two-part story, Sabotage, which is him and Rob Liefeld teaming up. Rob's final issue at Marvel Comics, where he says, "Bye, Todd," on the cover. That was Spider-Man number 16. So we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. All right, guys, there's a poll up. Let me know what your thoughts are on Spider-Man Brand New Day. Spoilers will be in effect once we get going. Panel members will be coming in as we go. I do have John waiting backstage, so I want to bring him in before we even start. Hello.
What's up? I'm on location. I'm not
on location. Yeah. Yes. So out of all of the people, there's about maybe 2 people on the planet who haven't seen Spider-Man by now. So I think I wasn't going to do the live stream, but then I saw that the movie made $4 trillion. Despite the fake superhero fatigue. Anytime one of these crummy ass movies does poorly, it's superhero fatigue, and then Spider-Man comes out and makes $927 million in like 3 or 4 days.
I still have people coming at me saying that I'm super negative because I didn't like Supergirl. I'm like,
it's over. Can we get a moment of silence for James? There, the moment of silence has passed. I'm done. You screwed up Superman. You screwed all this up. Supergirl. You know what? The $900 million is what Spider-Man made and what James Gunn lost. That's the ratio.
Did that even make $100 million worldwide yet?
Supergirl, I think it's 120 something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hey, R, thank you for being here. Tevya, thank you for being here. You like this? We thought it was good. Yes, we're going to talk about it. Hey, Phil, how's it going? CT, thank you. Hey, hello. Can't do the poll. I haven't seen the film. There are spoilers in effect. We won't do it just yet. We'll talk a little bit. Let me look at the poll. So the poll is just a simple rating scale. So there's 4 votes already. 1 person gave it a 5 out of 5, and 3 people have given it a 4 out of 5. My official review is a 4 out of 5. Oh, I wanted to mention, I'm sorry, this Thursday, we're doing a special live stream where we're going to do a tier ranking of mostly the live action Spider-Mans, but we are going to throw in the 2 Spider-Verse movies just because they happen to be on the tier thing that the guy set up. So they're on there. I'll just leave them on there. So we'll talk about those. DJ is here. I know. I didn't know I was having a stream. Well, I was going to save it.
Of course, Jay had to do it.
Yeah. So John's like, this movie made $927 million. So I think everybody that needs to see it has seen it. Of course, for some reason, Sean wasn't able to see it. And our friend Steven wasn't able to see it, but Steve from Comics Asylum saw it, so he'll be joining us in a bit, and maybe some other people from the members, because I put a link up there for people to come by if they want to. Vaughn is here. How's it going, Vaughn? Thanks for being here. Vaughn is part of Comics Asylum. We don't care about spoilers. Yeah, I don't really care about them either. Nothing really affects my enjoyment because I've watched movies I just watched Star Trek Part 4 today, and I've seen that many times, and I know all the spoilers, and it didn't affect my enjoyment of that movie. So it doesn't really bother me. I mean, if it's a mystery, like, you know what I mean? Like, Murder on the Orient Express. And
like The Sixth Sense doesn't hit me the way it did the first time I saw it. You know?
Yeah. The Sixth Sense. You know what the problem with the spoilers are? If the movie solely relies on the spoiler for it to be good, like The Sixth Sense was a pretty good movie, but the ending made it better because you're like, whoa, that was cool. If he wasn't a ghost at the end, then that movie would have just been like an okay movie. It's not bad or anything. You're like, oh, that was pretty nice.
Good. It was well acted.
It was well acted. It was a nice movie. It was a good movie,
Yeah.
but it wouldn't have been 10 out of 10, right? Like it would have been like, oh, that was pretty good, like a 7 or something. I don't even know if it's a 10 out of 10 anyway.
When a movie is able to misdirect you so bad that at the end you're just like, and then they show you it and they're like, I totally did not see any of that.
Yes.
Like,
And what's funny actually in that movie, I was like, why is she being so rude to him? But I was like, she didn't see him. Oh, okay, that's cool, right?
Because he's dead. Yes.
Right. So they did do it pretty good. RR is not feeling well. He wanted to join us tonight. Sorry, buddy. What can I work? Well, thanks for being in the chat. I don't have do I have any Spider here? How about a Jennifer Connelly? That's always going to make anybody feel better.
That would make me feel better if I was sick. It makes me feel better.
So okay, we'll give it a few minutes. So this movie has made $927 million worldwide.
Didn't it just miss beating Avengers Endgame by like?
No, it beat Avengers.
So it made more than 357.
Let me see.
Because I heard 355. It was like 2
Hold
million.
on, let me see.
It like came.
Well, worldwide, it definitely beat it. Let's go to Box Office Mojo. That's why they invented the internet, so we can solve these answers.
So that way we can look it up.
Box Office Mojo. Let's take a look here.
I think it missed it by 2 million. Of course, this is like it's estimated because you don't officially know until Sunday is over. But
yeah, so domestic is 355. What was Endgame?
357 and something, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So we're not sure. Maybe, but worldwide,
that could change. That number could change tomorrow when they come in with the exact results of what it made over the week.
Avengers Endgame. Oh, we're not going to know on here. Damn it.
Well, unless they do week by week. I don't know. No.
Original.
No,
oh yeah, you can scroll down.
Oh yeah, there you go. Where's it at?
I won't be able to tell from here.
I have no idea what I'm looking at.
Avengers Endgame total was 2.799. So let's call it 2.8.
It was 357 and some.
Oh, there it is. 357 domestic opening. There, boom, right there.
There you go. 115. Yeah, 357, 150. And
so it made its budget back immediately.
Oh yeah,
like it opened and made its budget back. So let me see. Let's go back to Spider-Man. We don't. Okay, so opening, 355. So it hasn't beat Avengers yet. Unless we get the real numbers and the real.
It could be less too tomorrow. It could be less than 355 because, like I said, they estimate it because there's no way you can know because people are still going to see it today. So it's
there's still So it's all. I mean, it's still playing right now. Like there's a show on right now. So we'll have to see what it is tomorrow. But it did open on it opened on a Wednesday. So we had.
Do they count the Wednesday
Friday.
Amazon? Because that's the one I saw, the Amazon sneak peek on Wednesday. Do they count that for like part of the opening?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why not? Why wouldn't? Yeah, I would assume they would count that.
I don't know because like they didn't do that back then. I don't know. Like I heard different types of like stories like where they don't use like that's not the official like if they add those numbers in because I don't know. I heard somebody talking about it. It was on YouTube or something. I forget where it was.
Well, don't trust anyone on YouTube unless you're here, of course.
Exactly.
Only trust me.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you think it will? So Avengers Endgame made 2.799 billion. Do you think this could hit 3 billion? Could it hit 3? That would be crazy.
Here's the thing. I think it can because I've talked to a lot of people online since I've seen it, and a lot of people are like going multiple times. I've seen it twice. So I went before I left again I'm on a trip. I left, so I saw it Wednesday, and then I went to see it again Thursday.
I mean, so there are nobody's giving this. There's not too many people giving this less than like, maybe an 8 out of 10 or something like 7, 8 out of 10 seems to be like, even the people that are kind of begrudgingly, I didn't think it was that good. They're still kind of at like a 7 or like nobody's, this isn't, and everyone knows I hated the Supergirl movie and I like to beat it up, but to face the facts,
I did not like it.
I'm
sorry. Yes. I'm not a hater.
Yeah, no. But to face the facts of the fact of the matter is that a lot of people did not like it.
Watch
Supergirl.
those as a double feature. Watch Supergirl and then Spider-Man and Brand New Day as a double feature. You could see
Oh yeah,
like
the misstep.
there were parts of Supergirl that I liked, but then it's like you could see like this is how you do Super. I mean, I'm not saying like Supergirl can't be like kind of like what they were doing with it, but he just oh my god. But
Yeah,
we're
no,
not
they
gonna talk about that.
they really dropped it. Now, if we compare it to more favorable, because Superman did have more favorable reviews by people, I wasn't dying
I've
over
argued
it.
with you because I like Superman. I
Did
like
you
that
like
word.
Superman?
I did.
So that might be slightly better comparison, but if we do that comparison and you see
But
Brand New Day,
Spider-Man, Brand New Day is so much better than Superman. Oh my god!
oh,
so
it's
much
way better.
So
And you can kind of it's a better example of what I'm talking about. Whereas we had the Punisher in this movie, and the Punisher was very cool. We had Incredible Hulk in this movie. We also had, I guess, Black Widow. And she didn't really do anything. She's just kind of there. But there were supporting characters in the movie. At one point, he uses Shocker's weaponry, right? So he has help. The cops are kind of on his side. He gets help from certain characters. Punisher helps him out a lot throughout the last half, pretty much. And but it never feels like Spider-Man's being outshadowed, and all of the glory goes to Spider-Man. Like all the glory. Like Punisher gets a few shots in and he helps. Like guys help out, but it's definitely like nobody walked out of that movie saying, "Oh, well, the best part of this movie was Punisher." Everyone thought Spider-Man was the best part.
And I'm a bigger Punisher fan than Spider-Man fan, and I still
I
was we'll go into it later, but I was a little disappointed in the finale.
A little bit, yes, we will talk about that. Hey, thank you, RR, for the $10. Sorry you couldn't join yours too, sick. I hope you feel better, man. You gave this movie a 7 out of 10, but round up to a 4.5, 4 out of 5. Had some problems with enjoyment factor. Outweighs Mulholland's best Spider-Man. Yeah, I agree with all that.
I gave it a 4.5. I gave it a 4.5. I would have given it a perfect 5, but like I had issues, like little. They're not even big ones, but I couldn't give it a perfect 5 out of 5.
So thank you. Well, I don't have any Spider. Do I have any? I don't really have any Spider-Man ones. Well, I'll always give you the Black Widow, and then how about one of these? We haven't.
That's my favorite.
That's one of your. That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can go with Jennifer.
That's a close. If it's whatever day it is. It's like.
Tevia is saying the fact this movie making money, yes, makes you happy. Yeah, it makes you happy. I'm glad it's making money because Spider-Man is one of my favorite superheroes of all time, but also I want people to love the superheroes in representations that I feel happy about. So, for example, everyone loving this movie makes me happy because I feel that Spider-Man himself in this movie is very well done. He is the best character in the movie. He's in costume a lot. He does a lot of Spider-Man stuff. He's tinkering with stuff. He's fixing his web shooters. He's making little grenade packs. Like he's doing a lot of the Peter Parker science stuff. Mm-hmm. They did not overuse the technology the way they did in some of the other ones where he gets like an iron outfit and all this other weird shit. He's just normal Spider-Man. The AI component takes the spot of a character because he doesn't have any friends because everyone's forgotten who he was. He needs to talk to someone, so he's using the AI as basically his thought bubbles. If it was a comic book, it would have been thought bubbles.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. But in a movie, it's difficult to do that. You could try voiceovers, which sometimes
that was Naomi Watts, by the way, who did that voice. I was unaware of that one.
I didn't know that. I like Naomi Watts.
And fun fact, she was a star of Tom Holland's first movie, which was, I forget the name of it, but it was one of those disaster movies. It was a real life disaster movie, but he was like a kid in it, and she was the star of it. And
oh my god,
that was his first movie. And then she does the voice. Yeah, I just found that out.
Tevye, it's already at $1 billion.
I was like, it's got like 20 million more to go.
It's already, dude. It's already at $1 billion. It's 900 million.
We're asking if it's going to make $2 billion.
No, it's going to definitely make $2 billion. We're asking if it's going to go up to $3 billion. So to answer this question, yes. By tomorrow, it'll be $1 billion.
Yes, by tomorrow, it'll be $1 billion.
It's crazy because the Odyssey is making good money too. What was the budget on this on one? What was the budget on Brand New Day? Do we have a
Brand
budget?
New Day.
Spider-Man Brand New Day.
They have
What's
it
the
under,
budget?
don't they?
Let's see. Do they have it under there?
Box
Budget was
office
225. 225. So I mean,
they're laughing all the way to the bank for that one.
They've killed that already.
Well, is that marketing too, or do you like that's not?
It doesn't really understand how. Well, if we pretend, let's say it's like another 100 million from how much is it more for marketing? Like let's say the budget was 300
probably maybe 150. Yeah.
So let's say the budget was 300.
It could be 300 million for marketing and still make back what they need.
No, yeah, it's tripled. It's more than tripled its budget already. I mean, that's phenomenal for it to be Spider-Man, because often as comic book nerds, you're always looking, is Batman the most popular now? At one time it was clearly Superman. Then it sort of became Spider-Man. And I think since it's become Spider-Man, he's never gone away. He's always had cartoon representation. One of the smart things with Spider-Man is that they've always kept him in several levels of entertainment. So he's been in little kiddie cartoons. He's always been in comics, of course, because he's a comic book character. He's been in more, not adult-oriented films, but like family films. The problem with Batman is that they lose where to go with them. Like they made the Brave and the Bold cartoon, which is a nice cartoon for kids to watch and had a lot of great stuff for comic book fans. But then they go like a really dark movie and they make The Batman, which now alienates kids because they can't sit for 3 hours in a dark theater watching a dark movie. They don't understand the themes or the mystery. So the kids will just get bored. This movie works because even if you don't really understand, the villain was very cool how they were jumping around through the different minds, which we'll get to. But the visual of Spider-Man saving people and doing things and talking is very cool. And a lot of young people were and my audience was vast. There was older couple, younger couple, there was all religions, and you could tell like all races, whatever. And there's lots of like different cultures there. It was filled and everyone loved it. I would say 90% of them waited for the end credits. They applauded when the movie was over. They all applauded. They gasped when they needed to gasp. Like, I don't know, people liked it.
Wednesday night. Now I know Wednesday night obviously is hardcore fans, but everybody, like me too. I even bought one for Bailey. But like there's a dude dressed up as Spider-Man sitting next to me. Like everybody had shirts on. Everybody had like paraphernalia. I mean, it just brought back old memories of like when people got excited about going to these movies.
Yeah, there's no superhero fatigue, people. There's bad movie fatigue.
Bad movie fatigue, yes.
And
or
also
bad comic book movie fatigue. Yes.
Right. To be honest, the villain really. You're right.
Yeah.
This is okay. So no, this is a fantastic point. I was going to say something like that too. The villain is not bad per se, because within the movie, the story and like the mystery of how to find this villain and what the limitations are it's pretty good. Because I'm sitting there thinking, because I did not know, I didn't think that was going to be the villain. I didn't think that, because I know they announced. I thought, well, that can't be it. Is that really what it's going to be? And I thought, I don't think so. I'm not sure. So when I was watching it, I was caught up in the mystery. I was thinking, and I was like, because somebody had mentioned earlier on another stream I did saying Negative Man. I thought, well, how does Negative Man's power? I don't know Negative Man. He's like a newer Spider-Man villain, so I don't know him that well. So I was like, how does that work? And then they could have made it Emma Frost. Like if they wanted to do this, they could have done Emma, and that would have established the mutant villains, right? But instead they picked Jean. And you're like, really? That's weird, because that is not the character, at least not the way the character starts out. The thing with Phoenix and Dark Phoenix that was so shocking was that it was Jean, who was the nicest she used the example of a mutant who has massive power but is a nice person and doesn't do anything bad. So when you hate mutants, you're like, but why would you hate Jean Grey? She's nice. But now that she started off this way, if someone says to me, I don't trust mutants, well, yeah, we have an example in Jean. She went psychotic. So that's bad. If they did Emma, then you could have said, oh, it's Emma. Well, she is bad. They could have picked someone else. Plus also just on a fan sites, like Spider-Man has like 1,000 villains. You couldn't find one of those guys to use. Like really, like I mean, you could have used any Jacko if you want.
There were 7 of them. There were 7 of them in the opening.
Yeah, Boomerang, like
Yeah.
Scorpion, Tarantula. Who else did we see? I mean, there must have been. There's like 4 or 5 of them right away. Tombstone. Who else was in there? I feel like we're missing one or two
Tombstone
guys.
got the most screen time. He actually like talked. Like he had that, you know, what would it feel like if I dropped you or something like that?
Yeah, these days, classic. You're right. Yeah, she's a menace these days. But we're talking about the old. This is the first appearance in the MCU. Now, another thing is, John pointed this out when we were talking backstage, because they painted the picture of, well, she's trying to find her sister. I'm like, yeah, but now there's no villain. And I don't think Damage Control is very compelling as bad guys, right? Like
that's just
like,
more setting up for the X-Men.
Right. So I don't care about that.
So like when he's fighting the Hand, like because the Hand was bad, so but now they're working for Damage Control.
Yeah.
So like at the end, the finale is awesome. That was like the best. Like
that was awesome.
Spider-Man fight ever. But it's like they're still controlled, you know, and it's like.
Right, so they're fake bad guys. Like they're not
exactly. It's just
it's
a really cool fight scene, or the Hulk's not. Well, the Hulk. I mean, it's Savage Hulk, but like when they're fighting the Hulk, it's like it's still the Hulk. You know, it's like.
Yeah, he's not really the bad guy. And I mentioned this. The construction worker jumped in front of a car, so he's dead. Or, you know, she smacked. Yeah, Banner's life is ruined. She put Innocent's harm with the tank. Yeah, you don't need Dark Phoenix. She's already Dark Phoenix. Yeah. She's already Dark Phoenix.
That's a good point. Yes, it's like what do you like? Are you gonna do that storyline down the road? Be like,
right? Because like we already saw it, so it's just weird. Now, a lot of people who are not comic book fans don't care too much about that, right? It's more like, well, that was kind of interesting. We brought her in. The Hulk and the Effect Punisher fought the Hulk. Yeah, I love Punisher shooting the Hulk's face, and it's like, what are you doing? He's like.
Listen, like when he came in with the saw automatic rifle, I got chills. I was like, it was the best thing ever. I was like, and then like the Spider-Man's pulling him as he's shooting the Hulk from over top. I'm like,
that was cool.
My inner child was screaming when that was going on. Yeah. I'm like, if me now went back in time and told 10-year-old me that, hey, one day there's going to be a live action movie where the Spider-Man, Punisher, and the Hulk are all going to be in one movie and one scene. I'll be like, no, you're, you know, I would have been like, no, you're crazy. But here it is. I'm watching it. And it was like the best thing ever. I mean, so
yeah.
And then there's people arguing about like, oh, you know, the Punisher's going to be neutered. I'm like, do you realize that the Punisher got his start in an Amazing Spider-Man comic book? And like these two have been associated together for many, many years. It's like that argument is invalid. Was he like the Netflix Punisher? No, they can't do that. But I still like how they handled him as like they did in the comic books when he's with Spider-Man.
I mean, I don't think, to me, swearing and gore doesn't equal badass. Like, that doesn't mean anything. Like
you can still have great action without having limbs being severed. And like,
yeah. What about Snake Plissken? Would you call Snake Plissken a loser? He doesn't really swear. He swears a few times. He you know, like it's like the Punisher to me. Actually, in my opinion, this was except for Daredevil season 2, which was like really awesome. This John Bernthal here, this is the second best outing because he was more useful and did stuff. He showed up and fought, and he had his base. I liked this and season 2 Daredevil when he appeared in that. These are the two best versions of this guy. He was, to me, in this one, he was finally the real Punisher. The idea that he needs to swear, I don't care about swearing. Frank doesn't need to swear or whatever. He's just awesome on his own. And then also, you don't need blood and guts. I mean, he's still shooting people and destroying them. And his base was rigged with all those traps. That was hilarious.
That was funny.
I was like, what is happening here? Like, where are these people? Like, why is all this happening?
I knew exactly what was going on. And then
that was great.
And then he had the battle van. He had his battle van.
Yeah.
So like, he's like, what do you do, Frank? You with the van. Yeah, and I was like, this is great.
Yeah, just because there's no gore, that doesn't mean anything.
And their dialogue about Staten Island and how I saved your life, you know, they're just like arguing back and forth. Like, I want to know what happened on Staten Island.
That is funny. They take that's why I don't like Monocross together. Have moral. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
And I always saw Punisher.
go ahead.
No, I'm just reading his comment. Yeah, this Punisher is
Oh.
way better.
But
See, go ahead.
well, I was going to say is like my biggest compliment is I want to see Spider-Man and Punisher in their own movie. Like,
Yeah, they're fun.
and because they're best friends in real life, each of them help the other get the role that they're doing. So that's why their chemistry is so great on screen. And it's like you just want to see more of that. And when Netflix canceled the show, I did not think I was going to see him again as the Punisher. And here we are, like, you know, he was in Daredevil, he had his one spot special, and now he's in a theatrical movie. So
yeah, this will be a big one for him. Well,
yeah.
I like too that I like the team up.
Yes.
Because it is funny. Hey Sean, how's it going? Yeah, Damage Control is in it.
Yes. They are shady. Well, they are. Well, they're They're DOD. Like they're part of the DOD, like the Department. You know.
Yeah. So they find there's mutants and stuff, and then they're trying. You're not even sure if it's Damage Control or is it just that guy's.
They
division.
call them damage. They call them Damage Control.
No, I'm not. Like, is all of Damage Control in on it, or just that guy's division?
Oh, Metzger and that.
Yeah, Metzger.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it just Metzger doing it or whatever?
Good point.
Chemistry is good. Yeah. Yeah, so I was just about to say that. So it was Tom Holland, John Bernthal, and Zendaya are in all three, and I saw those two in the same week. So it's like I'm seeing these three everywhere.
Those three, like that's never happened, right? Where three actors have the first
like
and second
back-to-back movies or whatever.
Yeah, making all this money. Yeah, that's got to be some kind of record.
Yeah. Well, this is definitely I want the guy like Punisher coming in to help and just like, you know, offering to protect them and stuff. Like all that's really cool to me. That is Punisher. Like he's proactive. I don't like my problem. What I loved about him in season 2 of Daredevil was that he was proactive. And then what I did not like about him in the one shot is that he's reactive. He doesn't do anything until someone. I was like, yeah, but that's not Punisher. He should be wanting to do stuff. That's why I liked him in this movie, because he immediately shows up. As soon as that tank's out of control, he shows up. And then Spider-Man's like, oh, I got this. He's like, no, you don't got shit. I'm gonna take care of it. He's like, no, Frank, you need to leave. And then that sets up all of his equipment and stuff for then later, because then they bring him back in. And then Punisher versus Hulk is great because it's like there's no way Punisher can win. But what I like about Punisher is that he doesn't know that he can't win.
Exactly.
Which makes it fun, right? Because Spider-Man's like, what are you doing? He goes, you're shooting the Hulk? What are you doing?
He's a non-powered anti-hero fighting powered heroes and villains, but he doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Like, I'm trained. I'm going to do what I can do. And let me just say, his scene with MJ, I didn't know I needed that. When I was
awesome.
When I was watching those two interact, and she's asking about his family and everything,
that was cool.
I was just like,
good.
That was a phenomenal sequence.
Actually, that's a good point. Okay, so just to go on that point, there's a quick part where she just sees it and she's like, "Oh, what's this?" And that's like immediate, like the fucking jokes are over. He's like, you just shut that thing. You're. But you know, MJ, her response, that was great. He's like, I only got one rule. You don't ask this, you don't do this. And she's like, so you have 3 rules. And then she actually brought him down because it looked like he was gonna. I thought he was like, oh my god, he's gonna kill MJ. Like he's just gonna kill her right there. And then she brought him back down. That was really smart. They didn't overplay the comedy, which was good, because then that when little moments that were nice happened, you didn't feel like, oh, you've overplayed this. It was really nice. Probably him because X-Men villain. Yeah, they basically, See, this is weird. Like, why is that happening? Right? This X-Men movie is not happening for like 3 or 4 years. This is very early setting up. Like the way the movies worked before is they would set up the next movie. So like Iron Man 2 sets up Thor sets up Cap sets up, not like, oh, we're setting like shouldn't, like it's like minimum 3 years down the road, right? Because we're Secret Wars.
We're going into Doomsday and Secret Wars. So X-Men ain't happened until after Secret Wars.
Yeah. So I mean, that's like 2028, maybe.
Let's do the math.
I mean, Sadie Sink's going to be like 35 or I don't know.
Well, that's why they're picking really young people to play the X-Men, because they know they need them around for like 15 years.
How old is Sadie Sink? You know what? I do.
She's,
So
she's low 20s, definitely.
she's okay. So that is her real name, and she has a superhero name. She has the double letter name. I like that.
SS. Yes, F. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
She's 24. Okay, so she should be okay by the time they get around to it.
Well, like by the time they do X-Men 26, 27, that's still young. I mean, listen, I'm 53 and that's considered young these days. So it's like, it's like you could definitely have 20-year-olds in the X-Men universe and be around for a long time.
I mean,
it's not like Mahershala Ali, who they finally canceled that movie this week. Did you hear that? Like,
I did. Yeah.
But
I was just how old is Wesley Snipes?
He's in his 60s.
64.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks pretty good.
No, I would take more. I would take more Wesley Snipes' Blade in a heartbeat. Are you kidding?
100%. Yeah, I would definitely go with him. Yeah, probably.
If you still look good and you're still able to do it, like a lot of these action stars, like there's all these action stars still around, like Gary Daniels, and that could still do what they're doing because they've stayed in shape, they've kept training and practicing and stuff like that. So if Wesley Snipes is still looking good and moving good, there's no reason why. And with his little gray he had going on, I mean that looks cool. Better. Yeah, that's even better. So.
Okay, so let me take a look. So let's take a look at the voting for it real quick a second. So 71% gave it a 4 out of 5, and the rest gave it a 5 out of 5. So
wow, there's a lot of 5 out of 5s. Okay.
Yeah. So it's mostly 4 out of 5s, and
there's one 5. There's one guy that was like, this is.
So it's like 71%. 71% are 4 out of 5, and 29 is 5 out of 5. So most people give it a 4. Which, I mean, if you don't. Basically, if you don't care about the Jean Grey thing, then I don't really see anyone giving this less than 4.5. Like even a 5 would be. I wouldn't be against someone giving it a 5 because mostly people go to see these movies for the main person. So, for example, if you're going to see this was my thought process. This movie, Old Man Blade, that's the Old Man Blade. Hell yeah!
Oh, please, yes.
Yeah. And the comics books pretty much share us at this point. Yeah, no, I know. I know. It's a whole different ball game. Phil is saying they'll probably throw X-Men foreshadowing during the week. Yes, they will. That's what they're going to do. Yeah, I'm curious. That's what they're going to do. Tavia. Phil is right. It's going to do something like that because Emma Frost has been cast, which we can talk about after. But so everyone that I saw it with in the theater, which was all random people, they all loved it. Most people are loving it. I'm not seeing too many complainers. Like usually, see Superman was 50-50. There was a lot of people saying this was trash, and there was people saying this was really good. So it was very divided. Supergirl, most people are saying it's not good. So that one's sort of off the table. It's not very good. Nobody really thinks it's that great. Even the people that kind of think it's okay, they're at like a 6 out of 10, maybe a 7 out of 10. Like nobody's giving it a 9, right? So that's off the table. Superman is a bit more, the highs are higher and the lows are still low, but there are some highs. It's not as obviously bad. I think the thing is that if you go in with the main hero in mind, this movie is flawless in that sense. Like everything that Tom Holland does as Spider-Man, as Peter, is 10 out of 10. It's got the best costume in my opinion for live action. I didn't like any of Tom Holland's costumes up until this one.
Really? Okay. Oh, okay.
I thought Amazing Spider-Man 2 had the best costume for Spider-Man.
I love that one. Absolutely.
Yeah, the costume.
Yes.
And himself. The rest of the movie is kind of poopy, but he was good. He in the costume is good.
It had its moments. Like I said, it was Gwen Stacy. I mean, that was.
Yeah. Again, anything with Spider-Man. Here's the thing: anything with Spider-Man in that movie was really good, but the rest of it was.
It's when he wasn't Spider-Man that was like.
Right, that was horseshit.
Yeah. Gotcha.
But this movie, when he's Spider-Man, were you surprised? Let me ask you this: were you surprised at how much Spider-Man costumed action there was? Like he's in the mask.
Okay.
For 40 minutes. Like he doesn't even take it off. Like I'm like, holy
I forgot
shit.
to put that in my review. Now that you brought that up, I'm so mad that I forgot to put that in my review. Yes, because nowadays, and this goes back to Snake Eyes, because Henry Golding was Snake Eyes, is like can't put him in the mask until the very end because he's Henry Golding. Tom Holland wears his mask through 90% of this movie.
I mean, he's got full dialogue scenes in
Where-
mask.
Yeah, he's Spider-Man. Like
He's Spider-Man.
there are a lot of scenes where he's, of course, like the whole fight at the end with the hand. He takes his mask off because like he's,
Well, he's barfing. That's the
Yeah.
only time he took it off because
Yeah,
he's literally barfing blood, and he has to
but
remove it.
him
Other than
doing
that,
made it more dramatic for what happens after that. But yeah, he is literally has that Spider-Man outfit on. Yeah, throughout. I'd say 90%. It has to be like 90%.
yeah, it's easily.
But
Okay.
when a person is so good at acting in the costume, it doesn't matter if he has it off or if he, like Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool. Ryan Reynolds never shows his face really as Deadpool, but you could still love it because it's still Ryan Reynolds projecting out of the Deadpool costume. Tom Holland is able to do the exact same thing. He's still Spider-Man projecting out of the costume. I don't need to see. I'm not Zendaya where I need to see my husband's face every time. It's like
Right.
I know it's Tom Holland, and I know he's doing a great job, and he's Spider-Man. So yes, that's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up, and I'm mad that I didn't put that in there. I might add that in there later. So,
Yeah, go back and add it in.
yeah,
No,
I do it
it's
all the time.
important because
Yeah.
it helps you connect more to the character and the story and stuff. Plus, which garbage modern comics, yes, fine, actually has to deal with consequences. Yes, that's true. You rewatch Homecoming after something, it's a good movie. Yes, I agree. Yeah, Time with Civil War is good too. Yeah. Tom Holland had slightly a bad intro. He had a great intro because he was in Civil War, but it was bad because we didn't have him established as himself first. So it's a little bit weird. Like we just saw him. Oh, look, it's Spider-Man. What the shit?
Yeah, but we already knew him.
We already knew who he
Spider-Man.
was. But this one feels like it's like this is a reboot.
You needed the
I
Uncle
guess.
Ben. You needed the Uncle Ben.
I don't need. I personally don't need anything because I can just
Right.
watch it no problem. But
Oh,
I
well,
think
yeah,
for people,
I think mainstream audiences now don't need Uncle Ben. Like
yeah,
everybody
maybe they
knows-
don't.
No, I
Well,
don't
clearly
think
it didn't bother them in this movie.
no, absolutely
It
not.
didn't really bother them in this movie. But this one, because Tom Holland, there wasn't anything stupid. There was fun, but nothing stupid. My problem with some of the other ones, like even with the previous one with the three Spider-Mans, with the three of them,
Edmund.
the first hour is like just nonsense crap. It's like, oh, I got to get this spell. It's like they messed it up. It's like, what is happening here? Why is everyone stupid all of a sudden? But once it gets going, like once the other guys enter, like the last hour of that movie is pretty awesome with the three of them just talking to each other and fighting all the guys. And Green Goblin was awesome. Like Willem Dafoe was awesome. Yet again, Willem Dafoe came in after being gone for all these movies.
Yeah.
Came back in and just right back into
Like it was
being
yesterday.
awesome.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
just
he
did it
was
yesterday.
awesome.
Yeah. But
So-
that was a missed opportunity. They should have brought the other two Spider-Men in earlier in the movie, and they had this whole long adventure with the three of them trying to
Yeah.
do what they were trying to do. I love that movie. I do. I mean, I
I still like it.
I have my issues with it like you do, but yeah, that was a missed opportunity. Absolutely.
But when they're together, the rest of it is awesome. Like once they meet up and then they're just, then all of that is great. Because Andrew Garfield got some redemption.
Yeah. And when Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire came into that movie, I think that was one of the more recent big pops in a movie theater that I can remember. When they came
that was
on,
a big pop.
everybody lost their, like, you all knew it was coming, but they all still lost their collective minds like when it happened.
They really got excited for that Andrew Garfield coming in really excited people. Now this movie, I'm going to see, I can't wait to see how it does next. When there's not much competition coming out, right?
The next one, no, well, we're in August now, so like everything kind of dies down. So like the biggest releases you're gonna have are like Mutiny with Jason Statham. That's the 21st. But yeah, there isn't that much going on. Like, yeah, so this has like clear sailing to pretty much make.
And Odyssey's booked out the ass. The next available, so my theater across the street from me happens to be one of only two, I think, in Ontario that has proper 70 millimeter IMAX. My theater is sold out the ass way into end of August. You can't get a seat till maybe August 23rd or something like that. Like that's crazy to me. But my theater also is the proper. So I'm one of the few and probably the only in our entire group of friends who saw it unless you have saw it in a 70 millimeter. I saw it in the exact way it was shot. It's pretty crazy to see it that way. It is pretty awesome.
Yeah, my IMAX in Panama City Beach is in 70 millimeter. So
yeah. So I mean, IMAX is going to stay there. I think they're extending it. So this movie is going to take up all the other screens. Basically, it's going to be Odyssey's just going to be an IMAX. They're just going to run its course. This movie is going to be all of the AVX screens or D-Box or all those weird things, whatever they're called.
And plus, I kind of cringed because when I got my tickets for Wednesday, it was 3D 4DX at Regal Cinemas in Panama City, and I was like, "Oh man!" But I can't lie. I think because I went to see it again Thursday, and I loved it again Thursday. Seeing it in 4DX 3D, it was immersive. My daughter was having a blast, but so was I. It was just it was like being on a ride, but watching a movie. It was a fun experience. So that helped, I guess, yeah. But then when I saw it Thursday and sitting regularly, I was just like, it's still awesome. But Calgary versus Acme, there you go. That's the big comment.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to go anywhere.
No, I don't think that's going to do anything.
Next week, they used to show that Miles Moore.
See, they're not going to do
the Winter Bend. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't think I'm not holding out much hope for that. It might be fun, but I don't know. Coyote versus
it's not going to
Acme.
make any money. It's not going to make.
No, I think Spider-Man's going to own everything now for a little bit. That's just how it goes. It's like, oh, hold on a second. We got Steve. Steve's waiting in the back. Let's bring Steve in. Steve in. Hold on a second. Where's my comics?
You ever play roulette? Always bet on black.
Hey there. So, Steve, we're just looking at the pitiful amount that Spider-Man made in the box office. It's laughable. 927 million after 3 or 4 days. What a joke.
It's an absolute failure. Look at that bomb.
What a bomb.
It's a dumpster fire is what it is.
To be honest, though, it definitely has to do with superhero fatigue.
It does.
Nobody likes to see superhero, especially the mainstream superheroes like a Superman or a Batman or
People were so exhausted they were getting in their cars and driving to the movie theater to sit down.
I saw this one dude. His wife was complaining. He put on this is a grown ass man too. Had his Spider-Man mask on. He was jumping off of ledges
nice
to the theater. He watched the movie in the mask. He's my hero.
I had a dude dressed. I said this before he came on. I had a dude dressed up as full Spider-Man sitting next to me. I was wearing a shirt. I was like, dude. I was like, I can't even compete with that. You win. He's like, well, and then like halfway through the movie, though, he's like, I'm so hot. I'm like, I figured you'd get a little warm sitting in.
Dude, I can't. So I was just saying the correlation here is that this movie made 900 million and James Gunn lost 900 million. So that's the correlation.
But we're all haters for hating on the Supergirl. I still see posts to this day saying Supergirl, you're so negative. Why are you such a hater? And I'm like, I never go see a movie wanting to hate it. So I'm like, I don't know what you people are talking about. So oh my god.
Well, do I think Sony put this movie anything how good it was? Yeah, probably, because Disney doesn't. Here's the thing about this: whether you like, we'll get more nuance now, and get more nuance into the movie now. But like, whether you like it or not, it's like this is clearly more of a celebration of Spider-Man. This is what the other guys are doing. Disney, and all of these other Disney, James Gunn, and all that. They're taking these characters and we want this and this and that. Why don't you do a movie that celebrates it? After I walked out of this brand new day, I had negatives. We're going to get into them. And there's super comic book nerd negatives in this one. Steve's got more negatives than I do. Yeah. It's like, but I walked out. I was like, I feel pretty good about Spider-Man, the character. I feel like he did a lot of cool stuff. He was Spider-Man. He didn't murder anybody in cold blood, so I guess that's now a new positive I have to add to my checklist. The main hero didn't murder somebody in cold blood because Supergirl established that's a thing. He didn't murder anybody.
Yeah.
He was a good guy. He saved people. Kids can look up to him. You know, he did the right thing by letting MJ forget him, and he didn't try to be selfish about it. That's good. That's important, right? They didn't cop out. Mary Jane didn't go like, or MJ didn't go like, oh, I love you, I miss you. That didn't happen. There wasn't any stupid nonsense like that. right? There wasn't any dumb shit like this going on. And it wasn't like Ned all of a sudden, boom, got the memories, but just a little bit.
Although he did at the end, he was.
But that's muscle memory, and
yes,
he's like,
yes.
and because they're they're so tight, that's muscle memory. And then he's like,
that was a great
ending.
ending.
I know that was a great ending, and you could see his face like, oh yeah, well, how did I know how to do that?
He started
right?
doing it right away. He was like,
right, because they've done it.
I know this.
We've done it a million times. Yeah. It's memento, muscle memory. You do it over and over till you remember. Like, how does that guy know he doesn't remember?
Maybe he should kiss MJ a little bit more. Maybe.
Well, she's going to come around obviously because it's a movie, right?
Well, but obviously down the road, yes.
But they didn't cheap it. They didn't make it cheap. No. So, anyways. So, and then you walk there, you're like, oh, I didn't like Jean Grey, and I didn't like the way, or didn't like the way they handled that. Okay, but hold on a second. It's called Spider-Man. All the Spider-Man parts were good. He's in the costume a lot. Kids had their toys. Everyone bought those buckets and the little toys that go on the top.
I did. I bought a bucket and a cup.
You bought the cup. So a lot of people liked this movie. So the thing is that you felt good, right? Supergirl, you walked just. I'm not trying to be mean to it, but you walked out. You're like, what the hell is that? And people kind of like, and literally you're saying your daughter's like, was she supposed to kill that guy? Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just weird. Like, there's nobody excited. Nobody was excited about it. They're excited. Now, whether we like it or we'll get into some nitpick, we'll get into some negatives, but whether there's negatives or positives doesn't matter. The fact is that the people have spoken. And most people are not going to understand the comic book ramifications of what we're going to talk about in a minute. They're not going to understand. They're only looking at the movie they're looking at. And the movie they're looking at was fun, had some emotion to it, good fights, good like characters, guys in the mask. Go ahead, Steve.
I saw something that Holland incorporated the Insomniac moves from the
video game. Your voice is in and out.
How about now? Better?
Yep.
You're better.
So Holland incorporated the Insomniac moves from the video game into his fighting style.
Yep.
And J-Man and I had talked about this earlier, where it's like the swinging scenes feel like you're playing the Insomniac games. The level of fan service on that level was unbelievable. So people like, forget if you're my age and you saw the 67 cartoon or the 80s cartoon, or you're hoping Firestar would have showed up. Not me personally, but
if Stadium was Firestar, I would have been like, yeah,
right.
But
like,
anyways,
if you're of a certain generation, that's fine. But you talk about these kids who have been playing Spider-Man in video games, because I guarantee you more people are playing the video games than reading the comics.
Oh, 1,000,000%.
Right.
100%.
So you factor in that, even though you don't like Spider-Verse, J-Man, they went to go see that.
For sure.
They got their money's worth from this film.
They certainly did.
Absolutely.
And people are going second, third, because they're excited. They're like, this was a fun movie. I had a lot. Yeah. Now, let's do this. So I was doing the Superman contrast, not to be extra mean to Superman's my favorite character, but when I was a kid, it was Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, Hulk. That's like your kind of your top four, like Batman, Robin. So like Superman, Batman, Robin, Spider-Man, Hulk. That's like your kind of top five because of, the Lou Ferrigno show, cartoons. Spider-Man cartoons, Super Friends, Batman, Adam West, and all that. Those are your favorites, right? Yeah. So those to me are always the top pantheon guys, right? Like that's your four: Batman, Superman, Robin, or Batman, Wonder Woman, and like let's say Spider-Man. Like that's like your Mount Rushmore, right? You could throw Hulk. Hulk's kind of a hero, but not really. You could throw him on there. But those are your five. So Batman, Wonder Woman, I throw her in there because of the show. So you're watching Wonder Woman, and you're like, that's Wonder Woman. She's walking around, looks like Wonder Woman. She's doing Wonder Woman things. She's jumping over shit, like throwing guys, holding cars. You're watching Incredible Hulk. He's getting mad, smashing crap. Batman may be the best of all of them, fighting Joker and Penguin. It's like, wow, shit, there's fucking Penguin right there. He's right there. Oh my God, there's Riddler. He's doing riddles. And you're like, wow, this is crazy. And they're beating each other up. Oh, it's campy. It doesn't matter. We didn't think that way. We're like, wow, this is crazy. This is all like, this is Batman walking around. Linda Carter, like Wonder Woman's walking around. The Wonder Woman show had 0 villains, right? It had villains, but it's like corporate guys or like this guy's trying to take over the amusement park. They did have the Nazis in the first season, which is great, but it's all like, or they had the alien, like they had a few characters, but nothing really that crazy, right? Yeah. And Superman, you walked in, you're like, wow, Christopher Reeve is Superman. Wow, that's Superman. He's walking around. Wow, that's the real Superman walking around and flying. That's it. once that gets printed into your head as a kid, it's there. And in live action, it's something more special. When you see the real person, it just feels there's some extra little feeling. Wow, is that the real Spider-Man? Yeah, that's the real Spider-Man.
Hey, man. Not to interrupt you, but
Yeah, go ahead.
Nicholas Hammond's Spider-Man,
Oh, I loved it.
ghetto as that was, looking back at it now,
Yeah, I loved it.
loved that show.
I loved it. Yeah.
I watched it when it was live on TV.
Me too.
I
would try to, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I saw it in repeats.
You're right. So seeing him in live action, and even back then, why are the web shooters on the outside?
Who cares?
Why does he never really shooting webs? How come you never really see him swinging? I don't care. I don't care that he got beat up in a western town, by some henchmen. I don't care about that stuff. Right?
That was the Deadly Dust.
The Deadly Dust. It was the dude in the costume, and it even elevated the Electric Company Spider-Man to another level where, as a kid, you're like, I'm watching a live action interpretation of my favorite hero.
Right. So you're going to see the hero. The rest of the stuff became extra. So we as kids got conditioned. So when we saw Superman 1, we're like, okay, cool. There's Lex Luthor. That's cool. Then we saw Superman 2. You're like, whoa, there's 3 bad guys. Holy shit. Right. Nuclear Man. Like, as a kid, I thought Superman 4 was the best movie. I was like, this is the best because it's the shortest. He's Superman a lot and he fights a guy that Lex Luthor makes. I was like, we got Lex Luthor who made a guy from the sun. What? And he scratched him. I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. Like, as a kid, I was like, this is the god. This is like literally the best movie I've ever seen. So then as you go on, as long as the hero feels like the hero and feels like he's the winner, once you start getting to the point where, well, this is an ensemble. Okay, Avengers, you watch Iron Man. Iron Man's the best. He wins. He's the best. Same with Captain America, same with Thor. Once we started getting into this, I don't like the character. Thor wins in his movie, but he has some assists, I guess. But it's his friends. They're not.
No, I'm talking about what they did to Thor. Thor when he becomes
later.
Oh.
But I'm saying I'm just doing the first movies. I'm just doing the first movies. Just the first movies.
The first movie, he's like an 80s retro action hero.
Yes. Right. Just the first movie. So he's the hero. Okay. And then once later on, other guys come in. Okay, fine. But you want to see the hero be the hero. Now, Spider-Man, because he's in here's the other thing. Spider-Man's in a full mask, which means any kid can be Spider-Man because they don't see behind the mask. They just see the silhouette and the visual of Spider-Man. Superman is tough. Without Christopher Reeve being so convincing, Superman is a much tougher role. Superman's the hardest role of all of them because he's full face and all he does is take his glasses off, and that's not going to fool any kid. So the kid has to believe that, oh, he's not Superman now. You know what I mean? Like Wonder Woman is a tough role also, right? When she had an identity, they kind of got rid of the identity in the movies. She really wasn't, Diana Prince or whatever. But Spider-Man, as long as that visual is there doing heroic deeds, in this movie, he's dealing with the mutations, right? Once he's getting a little bit bad, or it's like he's getting overwhelmed by the mutations. He in a furious rage, he whips Scorpion and hits that car, and the cop's injured, and you see he's like, oh my god, no, is he okay? Like he snaps out of it. He's like, oh shit, and you see the reaction, right? Which is in all these other ones. In Zack Snyder's weird movies and in Supergirl, like they're causing destruction. They don't give a shit about it. Spider-Man's like, oh my God. And Spider-Man's working with the people. They love him. I love when they're at the hospital saying, get better, Spider-Man. Yeah, we love you. And all. Man, that's all 10 out of 10 stuff. Like it's great because I love when he's interacting with people. And I love that she's calling him. Oh shit, we got a problem. Okay, I'm on it. That was so good. That's a celebration of Spider-Man. Not
also too, J-Man.
Yeah.
Before I want to include this part.
Yeah.
They don't forget that with great power comes great responsibility.
Right.
So as the filmmakers, that's your brand. That is what he is. Right. And then so when he hurts the cop, immediately he's like, oh my God, what have I done? Right. Also, too, let's not forget that he met Garfield's Spider-Man.
Yes,
it got dark and I hurt people.
Yeah.
So all of these experiences that he's had through May, through Toby, through Andrew Spidey's informed this one. And then the filmmakers don't let him down. Because I always argued that Supergirl was let down by the filmmakers, not by casting or anything else.
They also
without a
picked the
doubt.
wrong, and they really picked the story they based it off of. Firstly, is hard to interpret, as we now know, because Sean found the article where the lady writer, misinterpreted Tom King's comic. Well, you know why she misinterpreted it? Because Tom King sucks as a writer. She didn't misinterpret anything. Sean and I said that I was like, oh no, he's dead at the end. Right? Oh, no, he's supposed to be alive. Well, maybe that writer didn't have time to go scour the internet for potential interviews where Tom King offhandedly mentions that, oh no, it's an unreliable narrator, he's not dead at the end. She read the thing and said, yeah, the guy dies at the end. So she put it in the end. Instead of having Ruthie kill him, she made Supergirl kill him. She's like, I honored the comic, but that's not what happened in the comic. Yes, it did. And they're like, no, but it didn't. Well, did you see this Tom King interview? No, I didn't see an interview. I read the comic. Like, it's like, who, at the end, Bruce Willis was a ghost in Sixth Sense. Oh, but later on, M. Night Shyamalan said that he wasn't a ghost. What? But in the movie, you said that he was. Yeah, that was a red herring. That was unreliable narration. It's like, huh? What do you? I saw the movie. Like, stop it. Stop pretending it's a thing. It's like, so. Anyways, but they picked the wrong story for Supergirl. You know what the right story should have been? Her being a hero. Like, I mean, it's like, well, to differentiate her from Superman, she has to be a killer. Okay, so, I mean, Lex Luthor kills people. Like Parasite kills people. Brainiac kills people. So what differentiates them? I guess they're all the same character, right? No, they're completely different. Right. Just like Superman, Superman are completely different. What are you talking about? Killing or not killing doesn't make them the same person or not. Like, it's so stupid. It's like, so Daredevil doesn't kill anybody and Spider-Man doesn't kill anybody. Are they the same person? Like, no. Like, it's the dumbest excuse to have someone kill someone. And then there's dumbasses using that as an excuse. Go ahead.
I like how they both yell at the Punisher for killing people. Like both Daredevil and Spider-Man yell.
Exactly.
Yeah. The Punisher parts were great. Okay, so I gave it an 8 out of 10. I'll watch it again, of course. I'll buy it on 4K, like I buy everything.
Oh, without it, I'm gonna get the special collectors.
Yeah, I got the
with a poster and like the Walmart has the one where you do a little pop up. I'm like, I'll get that one.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, I wanted to say about the Punisher. Look, the Punisher to me was a hero. All of this business of, oh, he's some psychotic murderer. I don't know what comics these people are reading. He is not a psychotic murderer. Like where is he murdering? He's shooting the bad guys.
That's because people misinterpret the character and what he's about and how he's written. Because like mainstream America is not going to fully understand the Punisher. Like when people like, I'll be wearing a Punisher shirt or I wear my Punisher hat all the time. You're like, how do you like a man that kills people? Like, well, he's not real. He's a comic book character, and he's in movies and television. But I don't have 2 hours to explain to you why it's like it's okay to like the Punisher. It's like,
why weren't they taking Punisher out? They can't find him.
Punisher is a modern interpretation of like the gunslinger. He just never leaves town. Like, think of every Western you've ever seen. They never go get the cops, or because they are what the sheriff can't handle.
Right.
And Clint, one of my favorite Clint Eastwood ones is where he's telling the guy, you're gonna have to make more coffins, right?
Yeah,
right. Because that is how that character works. But
is that Unforgiven? Where they're like, oh, he's coming back, you better or no?
Yeah.
No,
and I like how in like there's examples in the comic, but also in the movies, like in Punisher Warzone with Ray Stevenson, when he finds out that guy killed was an undercover cop, it affects him, and he like has to go out and help the wife and the kid, and so he's not just this cold, merciless killer. I mean, there are many times where he is a cold, merciless killer, but he's still a human being. He's still, yes, I've been gravely affected by my family getting wasted, and I do this, but I'm not dead. It's like, so like when he finds out that guy's an undercover cop, it affects him deeply, and it like really, because that scene when he comes back to his lair and he's like trying to do things, but he can't concentrate. That's such a great scene. I mean, Ray Stevenson was a great actor, by the way, but such a powerful poetic sequence where like he's like truly like, oh my god, I fucked up. So like,
Jim Jones. Yeah. Punisher's like, but Judge Dredd is the law.
I am the law.
I am the law. Yeah. So I mean, about, so while I was watching this, and then I'll let you guys tell me what you guys were thinking. When I was watching this, about, I don't know, the movie's 140 minutes, is it?
Oh, it's 2.5. It's like 2.5.
Yeah, so so it's 120.
And people are complaining.
It's 2 hours and 20 something minutes. So let's say it's 140 minutes, 140 minutes. So about 100 minutes before they reveal Jean, right before that reveal, I was like, this is definitely like top 3 Spider-Man movies. Like, I mean, like, I was like, this is everything in this movie is just killing it for me. And then they revealed Jean. I was like, oh, and then I actually thought that, oh, maybe Emma's controlling Jean or something. I was thinking like, oh, it'll be something like that, right? I was like, oh, there'll be somebody else who's controlling Jean, and it's like a double psych out. I was like, no, it's just Jean. I was like, oh. So I was a bit disappointed. I do have a Jean Grey tattoo somewhere. Yeah, right here. I have a Jean Grey tattoo, so I love Jean Grey. I didn't like her introduction as that. The casting of that girl is good, though. She has a comic book name, which is her real name, Sadie Sink. So she's a comic book name. She's red-haired, so that's good.
She saves Stranger Things.
I didn't watch that, but
I didn't watch. Yeah, I didn't watch that.
She is fantastic.
Okay. Judge Dredd is nothing like, yeah.
Like, this dude that commented here about the Punisher, like, I gotta disagree with this dude, like, immensely. Yeah, that guy. Like,
yeah, no, Phil.
I don't have 4 hours, but I could totally dismantle that statement. But anyways,
yeah, no. Phil and I sometimes agree and sometimes we don't agree. I don't agree with you on that. Punisher's a hero. I don't even say he's an anti-hero. He's a hero. I'm saying he's a hero.
He's not a hero. No, the Punisher is not a hero.
No, I'm saying he's a hero. I'm saying he's a hero. Yeah, he's a hero. Screw it. The bad guy. These are. It's like Rambo's a hero. He killed bad guys. Like like I don't want to kill anybody. It's like
there's different interpretations of it. I guess there's different layers of a hero. Then though, like anti-hero, it's a hero, but he does bad things to get to the same result as a hero would not. So like, I mean, yes, you could root for the Punisher, like I said, because he's not gonna. He's not going to blast like a 2-year-old away. It's like
exactly.
So, but it's like he still does very bad things.
Here's what I would say. Here's what I would say an anti-hero is, who's not, maybe an anti-hero would be someone who's not looking out. Like I would say Ghost Rider is an anti-hero, where he's not looking out for anything other than his specific thing, which is to punish. In those Todd McFarlane ones, people are getting hurt around him, but Ghost Rider's like, I have to punish this guy. And he's not saving people. Punisher will help. If Punisher's walking, in my interpretation, in my thing, if Punisher's walking around, like he's not, okay, if a gangster has like a bunch of kids around him, he's not going to just shoot and try to, and hope to not, and be like, well, the kids are in the way, I got to take this bad guy down. He won't do that. Right? He's not going to, as you said, he's not going to blow away people just to get to the bad guys. Whereas Ghost Rider is more like, I have to, like, my vengeance. That's it. I don't care what's going around. Like Spider-Man in that comic's like, this kid needs help. Ghost Rider's like, that's not my problem. I'm here to get vengeance. That's anti-hero. You're doing the right thing, but you're ignoring things that need your help. Whereas Punisher is going to help if needed. Like you can go up to him and say, I need your help. And he might ho and hum. Even in this movie, he's like, oh, I don't know. And then he's going to do it because he is ultimately going to do good. Even in the Daredevil second season, where he's probably the most rough, I'd say but that's right when he very first started to be the Punisher, I think, in Daredevil season 2. That's when he's just starting out as Punisher, right? I haven't seen him in a while. Yeah, I think he's starting out in that one, isn't he?
Well, at the end of the Netflix series, he kind of he sort of embraced it because that last scene at the end where he's like, "Hey, and they start shooting all the criminals and stuff like that."
Yeah. So he does become the full.
But he reverted back, like the MC, like again, like and I don't totally agree with this. Like for the one shot special, he reverted back because
I don't like that's why I don't.
He was having issues. He had issues,
right?
Like from like what had happened and stuff like that. But then at the end of that, like he was just like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna be like I am what I am," because he says it at the end of the one shot special. He's talking to his daughter, who's dead, but he's like, I think I'm gonna do this for a while. This is what I need to do. I've done it before, but I lost my way, but like this is what I need to do. And then now in Brand New Day, he is that Punisher, but he's still gonna assassinate mofos. But like,
well, he gave them in Brand New Day. He gave them he gave Spider-Man a shot. He's like, okay, I'm not going to just go kill this person. You got,
Right.
I'll give you a shot.
He was going to shoot Jean. Yes, he was going to kill Jean.
Right. But he gave Spider-Man, he goes, okay, I'll give you try to do it. And if you can't do it, I'm taking the shot. I think that's a better interpretation than what we've seen. Like that to me feels good. Like it's like, yeah, listen,
but he's still the Punisher. His mindset is, I'm going to kill this person. That's going to take her out of the equation. But when he shoots Peter, then he's like, he's still a human. There is still humanity, and it's his friend. He still has. He's like, oh, and he feels really, really bad, like just like in Warzone when he kills that undercover cop. So like this guy's saying that he works best as a psychopathic killer. I'm like, no, he doesn't.
I don't think he's a psychopathic killer.
No, I don't think
spoilers.
So
it's all...
because and when a character's been around for so long, there's different interpretations of different writers that do the same. Like it's happened with Spider-Man, it's happened with Superman, with Batman, and you're not gonna like all these interpretations. I'm the Punisher. I like them all. I'm such a Punisher fan that I do not dislike any interpretation, but I even like the last one before he came back, where King of Killers, I think it was called. A lot of people hate that storyline, but I was like, yeah, I'm for it. But at the end of the day, he can't just be Freddy or Jason, like where he's just like you can like those guys, because you're like, oh, it's cool to like horror villains because it's like it's a horror movie and these guys are like awesome.
Oh yeah, you're watching it for them.
For the Punisher, you like he's not going to be like this. I can't find the words right now, but
no, Sean. So Phil's saying, why can't Supergirl? Because Supergirl's wearing Superman's symbol, which is the symbol it's like she's not off-world in disguise killing people. She's representing Superman. It's like she's not a killer.
And she was older when she saw her family. Superman never saw his original family die. He was a baby, so his only memories are of Ma and Pa Kent. But Supergirl did see her family die, so that I'm okay with that interpretation. Like, okay, this is Superman now. Supergirl, she's kind of had some bad crap happen to her, so she's kind of more affected, but not to the terms where she's gonna kill this guy at the end.
Yeah, that's stupid. Also, why wouldn't she be? I would feel like she would be more accepting of a family. Like I would have played it reverse. Like there's a few times that I see in movies where I would have played the character completely reverse of how it is. Hey Dan, how's it going, dude?
I agree with that. I agree.
Hey Jim Jams. Yeah. And I want to say Grace was here earlier. Hey Grace, there are spoilers, so we've already spoiled a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
so
it's rolling.
If you haven't seen it, you've got it says spoilers on the bottom. I can't help you out.
I got a question for people in the audience as well as you two. How is Punisher any different than Wolverine?
They're not. They're both heroes.
Well, he's a mutant. Wolverine has some badass powers that the Punisher doesn't. The Punisher just.
But in terms of methodology,
the Punisher just has his combat skills and his tenacity and his smarts.
Right.
Where Wolverine is pretty much indestructible.
But basically, Wolverine said, "I do the stuff that you, Scott, and everyone else want to do." He's taller. There you go.
Boom.
There you go. Mic drop.
Right there. That's it. Mic drop, man. Boom. He's taller.
Like 5 feet taller. There you
go. But like essentially, you have two characters that go outside of the law, and Wolverine doesn't use those like his weapons. Punisher's weapons and Wolverine's weapons are designed to kill.
Yes.
Like MODOK. So what did you? So John, you saw it. You've seen it two times. You saw it.
Yes, I went to see it on Wednesday and on Thursday.
So was it? Can you even deter? Like, was it better the second time, or did you notice more flaws, or equally both times were good for you?
The flaws I noticed in my original viewing of it, and I kind of knew some of those flaws were already going to be there, so I was like really like disappointed. But I enjoyed it so much the first time. I enjoyed it just as much the second time. I don't think I enjoyed it any more the second time. I love the movie. I gave it a 4.5, and I didn't give it a 5 because of the things I'm gonna,
which we'll talk about.
I was talking a little bit off camera with you what some of my nitpicks were, but.
All right, now I know Steve is the lowest.
This is a hot take. And I'll say it right here on this show.
This is the weird thing. So do your hot take.
This is my favorite Spider-Man movie. I'm sorry, but it is. Yeah. I will
versus part 1 and 2 of Sam Raimi.
Yes,
interesting.
Everybody
That's slightly a hot take. Listen, it's not super hot.
I get it, but I'll back it up. I'll
Yeah.
back it up. But Spider-Man is the quintessential Spider-Man movie for most people, and Alfred Molina is like gold in that movie as Doc Ock. I get it. I live in a movie theater on opening weekend as much as anybody else. I watch it relentlessly to this day. And some people came at me, you just like because the Punisher. I'm like, fuck, no, I did not like this movie back. Yes,
You're cutting. You had vision. You sound like Max Headroom for a second there, buddy.
Yeah.
Say your last
I'm
sentence
sorry.
again.
Okay, I like this is my favorite because the Punisher did it.
Exactly.
Okay, because Punisher's in it. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's interesting,
Yeah,
John.
if you take the Punisher out of the movie, I will still love this movie and still like it in my favorite Spider-Man movie. So there you
Right.
go.
It was
3 out of
interesting
5.
because when I was watching it, and I think we'll get into the things that I like and didn't like later, but I was interested to see what your reception. I even said this to J-Man when we first spoke about it after we'd both seen the film. Was I was interested to see what you would have thought about Punisher, how they represented Punisher.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
I was very interested to see what your reaction would be.
Oh, well, I know the Punisher from being in with Spider-Man in the comics.
No.
So
No,
I was
how they represented him in this movie, because I know you're a Punisher stan, right? So I was like,
right.
I was just like, it'd be interesting to see your take on how they portrayed him in this movie.
Yeah, I think you liked him in this. You liked the way Punisher was in this movie, right, John? Or was there anything you didn't like?
Some people are saying that he's a joke of the movie. I totally disagree with that. I think I like this version of the Punisher because like he's still that man, but he's more grounded in the sense that like I think him being friends with Peter Parker makes him more relatable at the same time, but he still has that that aura about him. And like Bertha is such a great actor too. Like he just acts the shit out of it, so that helps too. But now, is it my favorite interpretation? I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Like it's hard because I think I have to see the movie like 5 more times to really get my like digest like his take on the Punisher in this. It's a far stretch from what we see like you go from one last kill to this. It's like holy crap. I'm like, but I took it as at the end of that like he was in a better place. Like I say, he's in the cemetery talking to his daughter, and he clears his mind. He's like, okay, I was effed up there for a while, but now I'm back. I mean, I have a job to do, and I like his camaraderie with Spider-Man, and I think they should make movies together. I think them two, like Spider-Man and Punisher, hook it up would be gold for future box office. But
All right, so now Steve is so I gave it an 8 out of 10 with potentially going up. I don't think it's going to go below 8 out of 10 for me. It'll only go up because I'm now used to the idea of who the villain is, and I have to come to the terms that I'll never have a proper X-Men live action movie in my entire life because I haven't really liked any of them. However,
you didn't like Days of Future Past? You didn't like that one?
No, don't like it. It's dumb.
Really?
Stupid.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hate it. Don't hate. Okay, I don't hate it, but I just don't care. It's all fake X-Men. So the one I like the least, the one I like the most is the one that everyone likes the least, which was Dark Phoenix.
Which one is that one?
I like Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix. Oh my god, I didn't hate that.
Is that
movie.
3?
I mean,
no. Dark Phoenix. It's called Dark Phoenix.
The one with the next gen people.
That was the
okay.
trilogy of X Class, and then Future Past, and then
that one didn't do anything.
Well, but you know why? Because it was about Scott and Jean. And that's what X-Men is. It's about Scott and Jean, and I like Sophie Turner. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't care. She can be in any movie. It's perfect casting. If she's in the movie, it's perfect casting. I don't care what it is.
Yeah, I thought she was. And Dark Phoenix suffered. If anything, Dark Phoenix suffered because there was a lot of editing going on, a lot of behind the scenes drama with what he wanted and what was put out there. It was one of those situations. So.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we're not counting the Deadpool movies. If we count Deadpool movies as X-Men, then I like all 3 Deadpool movies. If we're counting
Deadpool as X-Men,
okay, so then I don't like any of them. So I'm never gonna have a real X-Men movie. But I'm living through the cartoons. I've got all of the cartoons, and I'm watching them over again.
They've
already ruined Jean. who I have a tattoo of. I have a tattoo of Jean Grey, and they've already ruined her, in my opinion. I like the actress.
I guess I'm just waiting to see who like
who's going to be Wolverine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't want to turn this into an X-Men stream yet because there's an X-Men component.
Yeah, it's starting to go that route. Yeah.
We're not going to get any. We're not going to get any real X-Men movies. That's what I'm saying. That's true. You've understood me correctly. We've gotten some pretty close to real Spider-Man movies, which is the couple of Sam Raimi ones. This one is close, but Steve doesn't think it's that as close as I think it is. So you gave it the weakest review out of everybody. I think, Steve, were you the lowest out of all of us?
Probably of anybody you know.
Yeah, this is so. This
Which
is great.
Probably shocking.
I like when I'm not the hater. It makes me feel good.
This is an interesting turn of events.
No. I knew this was going to happen. I read the spoilers ahead of time.
Hey.
So Steve, I gave it an 8 out of 10. John, what did you give it, a 9 out of 10?
I gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
So 9 out of 10, yeah.
I said it was my favorite Spider-Man movie.
I don't think it's my favorite Spider-Man. I think Andrew and I, this is our buddy.
In terms of the foundation and the character arc and just everything that, I mean, Steve, it's your turn. You can tell us why you didn't.
Yeah, I just want to say, so Andrew and I,
John.
No, Andrew and I are very close. So Andrew has been one of our kind of regulars for a long time.
Yeah, but see, that's everybody. Everything is art. Like you can say Sam Raimi's Peter Parker is I think Tom Holland's is a closer interpretation to Peter Parker. And I've been reading comic books more than these people have been alive, probably, or most of them. So I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, just when I watch Tom Holland, I see him as the quintessential Peter Parker, just the way he acts, the way he does it, the way he does things in his movies and stuff like that. I'm not dissing on Tobey Maguire. I was there opening day for Tobey Maguire, and I love it. I love Spider-Man 3, which everybody craps on. That we were talking about J-Man behind the scenes that Venom was crapped on in that movie, but there's a lot to like about Spider-Man 3.
But I don't even hate Venom even in that movie. But
but I'm not dissing any Garfield.
I'm not dissing
Maguire by saying by Holland. I'm just saying if you had a gun to my head, I'd be like, John, you got to pick a motherfucking Spider-Man right now. I'd be like, Tom Holland. That's because from what and a lot of people are arguing with me, like, well, Holland's had a lot more movies to play Spider-Man. I'm like, yes, that is.
Yeah,
correct.
that's
not
true.
that's not his fault.
Right,
I mean, Maguire probably would love to have played more Spider-Man. Andrew Garfield.
I think his back was. I think
3 movies now, but
Toby's back was completely messed up. I think he said he couldn't physically do it anymore. But I wanted to say,
go ahead.
So for Andrew, I'm with Andrew still. Like my thing with I also like Spider-Man 3. I like Spider-Man 3, but Spider-Man 1 and 2 to me are just like so high. And the reason is that besides getting a good Spider-Man, we got the world. There's Jameson and there's the Bugle and there's trying to hold down different jobs.
Robert has passed. Yes.
Right. We had the Uncle Ben Perfect. We had the Great Responsibility line. We had the wrestling angles. We had sort of his two main villains used up right away. Like Green Goblin, Doc Ock are like, those are the two main Spidey villains kind of used right away in there. So to me, those two, Spider-Man 2 is one of my favorite movies, not just of a superhero version of a kind. I don't think anything's, I don't think that movie, I have zero emotions, right? I have to rephrase, you know what? I was talking to my wife today. I have to rephrase the way I say this. That's a lie. I only get emotional for heroic things, and it's only ever happened in one Spider-Man movie. And that was in Spider-Man 2 when Aunt May does the speech, everybody needs a hero. I was like, this is fucking great.
That was a great scene. Yes.
And to me, it's like the real Aunt, it's like, wow, it's the real Aunt May. It's the real Jameson. It's not just Spider-Man, who was great too. Everything in Sam Raimi's thing was awesome. Oh, hold on a second. We got let me bring in my channel man once I see him on there. So there you go. But let's bring it. Hey, Headcase.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on? So we're just about to ask. Okay, so I'll get to you in just a second. I still love we're gonna do a tier ranking on Thursday, so we'll go through all this stuff. So Steve, you so far have been the negative Nancy. So what did you give it out of 10? Negative Nancy.
I'm Mr. Negative.
You are Mr. Negative.
I'm Mr. Negative for this one. I gave it a 6.
Wow, that seems crazy low. So now,
but it's still. I mean, it's not a 5. If you said 5, I would be like, whoa.
No. Six is low.
It's mid, but the parts that are good are awesome. But it's mid as a film. If you don't care anything about comics, it works.
Right.
But it's interpretation of the comics. I'm sorry. You'd be like, okay, go on. I'm sorry. I don't want to.
But I'm a Spider-Man fan. Like he's the
I
guy.
got it. So am I.
He's the guy. Like my whole collection, it's basically him. It's like 80% him, right?
Okay.
Tons of amazings in there. So I've seen McFarlane Spidey. I've seen Gary Conway's Spidey, Stan Spidey. You know, I've read a whole bunch of them. And for me, the things in this movie that don't work badly, and that's why I knock it down.
Right.
If you call this just like a Spider-Man movie where you're watching Spider-Man swing around and Holland be Parker, there's some really good stuff in it. I like, for the most part, Punisher, other than he got a little too emotional for me when he shot Peter. I was like, but that's besides the point. That's just my feelings on that character with how he's been presented in the MCU up until now.
Right.
But when it comes to like the villain, how do you take the second best or the first best rogues gallery and they're basically they're tokens, right?
I mentioned it in my article. I did. Yeah, I did.
Like how do you have a movie with these kind of stakes? And I'm gonna even throw in something because I don't think I mentioned this to J-Man. Kevin Feige was being interviewed and they were talking about them developing this film, and they had another villain in mind. And in their roundtable, they were like, "We can't use the villain. I can't remember the name of the villain, but because the villain was unknown or wasn't well known." And I'm like, that means nothing, because within the stakes of the story, you may actually elevate that villain to be something else now for the audience. Like, no one knows who Blofeld was going into James Bond movies. No one.
Or General Zod.
Finger was.
General Zod.
General
whatever
Zod
character.
was. No one knows who Hans Gruber was.
Right.
Like, think of all these legendary movie villains that we have. And why are they legendary? Because they played off of the hero.
Yeah, it could have been anybody. Like,
right? You could have made up a villain, and
yeah,
so
that would have been better.
Trade-off to use Jean now damages, in my opinion, where they're going to go with the X-Men.
I agree.
Right?
And I love Jean Grey.
See, I disagree with that because I think what they did in the last act, you see what happened to her. It's like you see what happens with the Punisher. His whole family dies, but it's like,
yeah, but they fear. Hold on a second. They fear mutants. They fear mutants. But
they're
Jean
always going to
Grey's
fear mutants.
I know, but now we have a reason. It's like, why do you fear mutants? I don't know. She mind controlled everybody and destroyed everything. It's like, there's a reason. Because if you say I fear Jean, why do you fear Jean Grey? She's just a nice, pretty girl who's just a normal girl. She just happens to have these powers. Yeah, that's true. No, she destroyed a bunch. This is why I don't like the Days of Future Past. Magneto dropped a stadium. I'm like, that's pretty horrific. Like, if I'm sitting there and some guy lifts the stadium, drops it, be like, yeah, I think we need Sentinels to stop these people. This is crazy, right? Like, you need to show the good guys. It's like, no, Jean is just a normal girl, but she's not. So the first introduction of mutants is that we have this crazy, it's like, but her sister, yeah, but nobody cares about the reasons. The fact of the matter is that she did these bad things. Hold on, let's say Headcase. How's it going, dude?
Hey guys, what's up, man?
What did you think of the movie?
So, man, it gets emotional. There is a lot of really good scenes where the emotion comes through it, and to see Bernthal kind of break down a little bit, and yeah, he was mouthy and was cursy, and that's just totally his style. But to have him, realize that that he did owe somebody, and that's always kind of been his thing. Where you know the people that protected him before, he owes them, and he keeps that in his heart, and that's what he did with MJ. He's like he didn't like it, but he knew he had a protector because he was paying it back, and he knew when he paid it back that his debt would be repaid to Spider-Man for doing that. One of the things I'm going to throw out there that is just going to be like a whole total left field thing is that I think that just as Madeline Pryor didn't know that she wasn't Jean Grey, I think that Jean Grey in this movie is Madeline Pryor. I think both her and her sister are both clones, and that's why that they were left, that they thought that their mother left them. That really wasn't their mother. That was their mentor. And I think that the person that is supposed to be Jean Grey, being so young, even younger than Spider-Man in this movie, is Madeline Pryor.
Okay, so let me tell you something, buddy, right now. You just earned the gold prize here. If that happens, then that'll retroactively fix pretty much my biggest problem with this movie. If that is Madeline Pryor, that would be genius. Now, my only pushback to that, I don't think these people are smart enough to do I think you're smart, and you're taking your intelligence and applying it to these people that don't know what you're talking about. Like, you're gonna be, well, wait, is this Madeline Pryor? Like, oh, who's that again?
Head case. That is an awesome pull. The only problem is that it makes her relationship with Scott mean nothing, because Jean has to die for Madeline to mean something, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Because her resurrection,
but it's not as bad.
Has like,
well, let's say this is a different universe. This isn't, you know,
I understand.
Yeah, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as what they're giving us. So that could be a solution.
A different universe, but then the foundations of
I think this is the answer, though.
Yeah, they aren't that clever, exactly.
I think Headcase, you're helping them out, but I'm not sure. Go ahead.
It's a different universe. I agree, but you cannot be that fundamentally different.
I'll give you guys this much. I don't think that they are that smart. That's the part of the problem here, right? Yeah. Is that they would, but they could use that in this to even have bring Famke back. And have that be Madeline Pryor because she's younger than her. That would mean that she would be a clone because she would, of course, be younger, and her sister, would also be another clone. Is that this? Forgive me, was it Divergent or DT, whatever their name was in this? What's the
Damage
name?
Control.
Damage Control. That they cloned them to try to use the power, and that's what they were doing, is they were trying to use them both, and they killed their sister first, and they deleted her. Sorry,
I'll throw this out there to you, Headcase, not to cut you off.
Yeah, no.
But if with the amount of sonic energy that she expended, and her sister expended, right? There's no way that Charles Xavier wouldn't have said, if there's a Charles Xavier in this neighborhood, in this universe, wouldn't have said, "My God, I'm feeling something," and then not say that has the same energy signature as Jean. It's a great thing, but it just doesn't work.
Well, you're okay. I see what you're saying, but they, again, I agree with you, but because they're not that smart, I don't think they thought that through. But they could use it. And that would be an awesome thing to bring into the Doomsday movie, where Professor would see that world, and sorry, I'm just gonna do a fake spoiler here. Is that they're saying that the Professor Xavier sees a world that doesn't necessarily mean that it's Tobey Maguire's. It could be Tom Holland's world get deleted. And it could be something like that, where remember that it's never been proven that Tobey Maguire's Spider world is in the universe of the original X-Men. And so if he could see that world get deleted, it's very far-fetched, like I said.
Yeah.
You know, like these are all just fan theories and things, but because I think that they threw the Jean Grey thing out too quickly, and that's why I kind of am like skeptical. I'm like, you know, like she's just way too young. She doesn't know her powers. She knows nothing about the X-Men. There's not even one mention of X-Men in the movie, you know, and so that's
Plus
why I'm
that
saying,
movie's like 3 years out. Like, I mean, they're setting up something that's like way out. Like, I mean, you know, Sadie Sink gets hit by a bus or something, and then that whole plan's out the window. Or if she, like, you know, goes to jail for something like that Kang fellow. Like, we were supposed to have Kang, and then he allegedly, I don't know if he hit his girlfriend or I don't know, something happened, and then that guy's been erased.
Cred was
it's not a hill I'm trying to die on. I just was like, when I saw,
No, that's a good point, though. I like
Madeline
that.
Pryor, and so I
Could
I don't
be.
know. Yeah,
They could do like the Saw movies where they wait for everyone to point out all the plot inconsistencies and then fix them in the next movie. And that's how they do. It's like every Saw movie. I was like, you know, none of this makes any sense. And the next Saw movie is like, they answered all the things that didn't make sense. Then they just brought in new things that didn't make sense. But that's why you kept watching every Saw movie so that they could fix
that
the
is
previous
what they
one.
did do. Yes.
Yeah.
And I love the
They
Saw
brought
movies.
us back in X all the way to X, where he's old. It's like, dude, you
They're
died
still explaining
4
stuff in
movies
X.
ago.
Yeah,
I
they're
also
still
think
explaining.
that they introduce at least in a passive way Wolverine in this universe already.
Oh yeah, hold on. I want to talk. No, Andrew's right. Hold on, Andrew's right on this one. The rumor is that it opens with the Fox X-Men destroying Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. That I've heard that as well. Have you guys all heard this rumor?
No,
I have
from
not heard that
Critical Drinker
rumor.
and
Nope.
Nerd.
I'm staying away from that crap. I want to go in on December and watch the movie. And be
It's hard for me not to
I read the whole
because
comment. I have heard that it starts. That's how
I
the
have
movie
not heard
opens.
that.
But
yes,
who knows?
it's hard for me to stay away because I'm in 4 million groups for all this shit. So this is all I
But
just go
I
on.
just
It's like
I
post.
just scroll past. I just keep going. Anytime I see, I'm like, nope. Unless it's legit news I'm going to put on my website. I don't care what anybody says about rumors or that rumors. Nobody
hard
knows
not to
what
eat
the
up,
fuck's
though, you
gonna
know.
go on.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you heard that rumor.
I
You
hate
heard
rumors.
about
Rumors is what kills.
Yeah,
everything.
I don't care about spoilers anyways. It doesn't affect my enjoyment, even if it's a mystery and I know who the killer is. Like, I just, like, for me, I'll get into the movie. Like, I knew, so I'd heard Sadie Sink was playing Jean Grey, but then I just thought, well, we haven't. So while I'm watching the movie, we hadn't seen her. So I was like, well, why haven't we seen her? Is she, like, what is going on?
That
I'm
was
like-
dumb. Them hiding the fact that she was Jean Grey was stupid.
Well, I mean, it was sort of like that was the rumor from before, and then it was like, oh no, she's not Jean Grey, but then she was Jean Grey.
Everybody
But I don't
knew
mind that she's Jean Grey. I mind that she's the villain, and I mind that she's the
she's
villain.
the antagonist. She's not the villain. She's
Well,
an
she killed a lot. She killed that
Okay.
construction worker.
Like,
She made him walk into front
sometimes
of the
good
car.
people do bad shit unexpectedly, or like
You're a Punisher fan. Of course, you'd say that.
No. Punisher. I don't think. I think Punisher's a hero, and I think Wolverine's a hero.
nobody in New York City knew it was Jean Grey doing all that shit. So it's not like they're gonna see Jean Grey walking down the street like, "You're that girl that threw that Asian man in front of that." And it's like nobody knows.
But the audience knows. And so she killed a lot of that guy. Didn't do anything. He's a construction worker, so he probably had a bad life. And he had to work there, and it was crummy. He works in the heat, and she made him walk in front of a car, and then he got smashed to pieces. And also she caused a lot of damage with that tank. That woman's going to be in prison for her whole life who drove the tank.
That
because
old
I'm not
lady's
gonna
not going to jail.
Of course she is. They're gonna-
Peter was going to tell him like,
No, she's going to jail. And
Oh,
Hulk's insane now in an insane asylum. She caused a lot of damage for someone who's not the villain. This is the kid. You know what were you? Who was with me with Sean the other night when Sean's like,
was destroyed mentally because of her sister. Of course, I mean, like,
but all the
Man-
villains are destroyed mentally. So is Green Goblin. Like, they're all
right,
destroyed mentally.
I
They're still villains.
know, But
No, John.
all
Wait,
her-
John. Are you saying that she wasn't the villain, but she was the villain? She caused a lot of
no,
damage.
She was an antagonist. She wasn't the villain. She didn't turn out.
So
to be
who is the villain?
There
There's no
really
villain.
is no legit, because then Damage Control, like Metzger, like turns out to be kind of like the villain at the end, but they're just an organization.
Yeah,
It's
Damage
misinformed.
Control was supposed to
Yeah.
be the big villain. you
Yeah,
know,
so
like,
that was the big reveal. Like
Yeah.
because then she turns
Oh.
into a sympathetic character, because like then they show the scene with her sister. It's like, yeah, I know bad shit happened around her. shit happens, and I'm sure she's gonna have to live with it for the rest of her life.
Yeah,
But
except and the people who are dead won't have to live with it for the rest of their lives because they're dead.
the Punisher killed an undercover cop in Warzone. I already said that. He's gonna have to walk around.
Well,
with
that's
that
not the
forever.
MCU Punisher though.
I
And
know, but whatever.
but the thing is, but you're missing the point. Punisher does kill people. The X-Men don't. And when Jean Grey turns into Dark Phoenix, we're gonna be like, oh yeah, you were already Dark Phoenix, but in the last movie, weren't you? It's like, no, that was before I was Dark Phoenix. Like, that was before you were Dark Phoenix. Whoa, that means you're a total bitch. It's like, no, my sister was kidnapped. It's like, well, your sister was kidnapped and you have all these powers, so why don't you use them in a less violent way to find out where she is, as opposed to why does she need to mess with Peter's mind and all this random stuff? It's just so weird. Like, she's pretty dastardly. Like, this is
all
this
she
is
had
not
to do was jump in that guy's mind. The main guy from the damage control. All she had to do was to jump in his mind and figure out exactly what happened.
Yeah,
like,
this
and
is
that's what she was doing. But the guy was literally walking on the street talking to Spider-Man during that whole calamity with the tank.
yeah, he was right
She
there.
could have got to
It's
him
weird.
any time. She didn't have to break all the
Yeah,
way
it's
up into
weird.
the building and everything with the Hulk and everything to finally get him in some dark back room, safe room, to finally get into
Yeah.
his head. She could have chose any time to get to that guy.
Can I say that they weren't nice people before that? They're randomly taking over people's minds just for the fun of it. Oh, look, we mind controlled that woman. It's like, well, that's not nice. Like, it's not like they were nice girls just having fun. Like, they were being bitches either. What if they take control of someone and something happens and they get killed or something? It's like, oh, we're just having fun. It's like, that's not. It's just, hold on. Forget about everything we're saying just for 1 second. Jean Grey doesn't do that. Period. So whatever excuse in the movie they made, whether you think it's a full-on 10 out of 10 villain or where you think it's like a 3 out of 10 villain or whether you think it's just an antagonist, Jean Grey doesn't do that, period. So it's wrong. Whether it makes sense in the movie, it was
Madeline Pryor. Yeah, that's
right,
why
it's
that's
wrong.
exactly what made it. And so the only reason they think it's Jean Grey is because they scanned her face, and then when they
Right.
scanned her
It could be
face,
Madeline.
yeah, they looked up what her face brought up was Jean's Grey profile.
Yeah,
And then that's why they thought it was her, because it looked like her. And I'm not trying to keep beating that into the ground, but what I'm saying is that, so I just think it's just too convenient. Like it's and maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they just wanted this movie to be just like super cut and dry, and that's exactly who it was and everything. But then she rides off into the sunset, and you don't really know.
Yeah, if it's Madeline Pryor, then that would be way better, because then if it like what you're saying, Steve, it doesn't logistically make sense or it ruins a relationship. I'd rather have that than Jean Grey being a antagonist, if we want to be the nice word about it, the nice word antagonist, because I can't find my sister. Well, you know what? I can't find, if I lose my dog, I'm not going to go murder people to find my dog, like, or whatever. Hey, Truth, how's it going, dude? Agreeing with Jamie makes me want to see professional help. What do you mean professional? Truth, I'm trying to help you out, buddy. We're trying to help you out. You got to accept the truth. You got to accept the J-Man truth. Okay, is Jean going to be the new Supergirl? No. Well, Jean's in a movie that made money. So Dan, so she won't be the full-on Supergirl, that's for sure. And people don't think she's actually, Supergirl is worse than Jean Grey, because Jean Grey still has a purpose. Supergirl's like, well, it's like, here's what Supergirl. What would Supergirl do? She'd find her sister. My sister's alive! Yay! It's like, oh, you see this innocent janitor who just happens to be in damage control? I'll just kill him too while I'm here. It's like, he's part of damage control. That would be what Supergirl would do. And then
one thing I'm glad about is that they didn't involve the multiverse. That is one good thing about this movie. It's a standalone. They didn't throw that out there. So at least maybe, if it is Jean Grey, that there isn't like, this whole, a TVA coming through, and then you're just like, who's who? Nobody knows who's who. Is it Bucky or
right? Yeah. It's nothing weird. Again, and to go back to, okay, so Steve, you were so wait, Headcase, what did you give the movie out of 10, or how do you rate movies, like out of 5 or 10, or do you rate them?
I can go out of 10 here. So I'm gonna say that the swinging spider man, swinging around the city and all that stuff was amazing. Good graphics. It was really, really good. And the emotional parts were really, really good. I think that the story and involving a Punisher just a little bit, and then involving a Hulk just a little bit, and everything, it all just made it feel really flat. So, you know, I'm going to give it a 7 because of the emotional parts, and in this movie, this is Tom Holland's, in my opinion's, best performance.
Yeah, easy.
He's very emotional and really good, likable. And,
yes.
Yeah. And so I think it deserves at least a 7. I'll give it a 7.
I mean, I'm getting like, I'll watch it again. I'll get the 4K, whatever. And I'm going to be somewhat okay. The only reason I can somewhat see myself like being slightly better with Jean Grey's because you had Case, I'm going to pretend it's Madeline Pryor, whether it is or not. I'm just going to pretend it's her. But then also because, as I said, we're never going to get a proper X-Men movie in my lifetime. I've come to the conclusion that I may as well just forget that. So I'll just focus on the good parts. It is called Spider-Man Brand New Day. Spider-Man is the best character in the movie. It's the best costume that I think we've seen. The swinging around is awesome. Him helping people is awesome. Helping with the cops. Him and Punisher are great. I liked Punisher a lot in this one. I haven't liked Bernthal since season 2 of Daredevil, but I liked him in this one. I liked, I think Savage Hulk coming back is better because, like, you know, that other Hulk was bullshit. I actually like their talk. I like when he's like saying, "Oh, you got this like whatever thing," and he's like, "You're not one of my students," because the students, they're just sitting there like, "Oh," they just want to hear talk about Avengers. I love that she asked, and then about the why doesn't Thanos just make more food, and he's like, "We have a response for that," and then the guy's like, "Oh, smash!" He's like, "That's the response." That is great because they know that that's a dumb. It's like that entire thing is dumb. Hey, Andrew, how's it going, dude? Andrew, man, how's it going? Oh, wait, we got 2 Andrews in here. Mm-hmm. And let's pull Daredevil with them. Daredevil in there would be great too. I give it a 7 as well. This is his best Spider-Man film, which is saying, well, I think it is. It's not saying much if you look at the other movies, but I think it is saying something when you look at this movie. I think this was Zendaya's best movie that I've seen her. It's her best performance in any movie that I've seen her in.
They actually made her look pretty in this movie. She looked very pretty in this movie.
Yeah, she did. And I felt, you know what I felt for the, you know what the thing is? Because they used her in small doses, like her kind of reaction comedy and her talk back points or whatever, they used them very small. So they actually made them funnier. Like when Frank's like, "I only got 1 rule. You don't do this. She's like, "Oh, so 3 rules." I actually laughed. I was like, that was very funny. But because she wasn't in it the whole time saying her shtick, and she did perform well when she was under the spell of Madeline Pryor, which is now what I'm going to call that character.
Yeah, there was no scowling awesome. Either. If you remember,
yeah, she didn't have the Zendaya face or whatever.
She didn't do that in this movie. She
nope.
I think maybe, you know, like enough people when they say that to you, you know, like maybe you do go and analyze yourself or your a PR team's like, hey, you know, maybe just don't scowl in this movie, and if you just don't do that, then people like you more.
Yeah. You know what? Zendaya. So one thing I saw, there's a channel I watch, which I'm not going to mention, but a channel I watch, and they were talking about Zendaya, and her public profile is like 10 out of 10. She follows 0 people on Instagram. She doesn't repost shit. All she does is she's like, "Oh, I'm at the premiere of Spider-Man," and then she fucks off. It's like, which is the best. She doesn't get involved in anything. You don't know her political stances. You don't know what she is endorsing, what she's not. She doesn't even follow Tom Holland in the event that he follows, because Tom Holland is a super funny guy in interviews and he just says anything, which is great, which makes him actually really fun. The thing with Tom Holland is that he pretty much is that character in real life, which makes him even more fun. Because even in interviews, he just says random shit. Like they can't shut him up. He spoils every movie. It's the best. I love it. So he was very.
Why he and Ruffalo can't be in press tours together.
Ruffalo's brutal too on stuff, right? But so all the spot, and here's the thing: I think most people, I think John represents the majority opinion, which is they're like, yeah, that was a little bit weird with Jean, but you know what? There's a lot of great stuff in this movie. I'm willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. Let's see where they take this character, and I'm excited for what's to come based on what I watch. I think does that sum your opinion up pretty good, John?
Yeah, in my article, I put that the villain was the weak
fans.
So, yeah.
She also doesn't disband. No, but you don't hear anything. Even when people make fun of her. Oh, your face is always the same, and she doesn't say shit. Just okay. You didn't think my face was good? No problem.
Wait, there's
Move
people
on.
that don't think Zendaya is beautiful.
No, that's not their thing. They're saying is they don't think that she always has the same stupid restings. They call it resting Zendaya
Resting
face,
bitch
so
face?
it's scowl and all that.
Yeah.
They're
I-
always
I
going to
can't-
tear
I-
you down when you're pretty, and just like Sydney Sweeney, they're going to tear
Yes,
you down when
they
you're
tear you
pretty,
down,
and that's another person. Just like I just want to throw this out there because of everything that J-Man just said about non-politics, just rolling with the punches, and doing your own thing. That's why I like Sydney Sweeney so much.
Yeah, and see, I did not like Zendaya. I don't like Zendaya in Dune. I can't stand Chani, and I liked Chani. Well, I liked Sean Young as Chani in the some limited appearance that she had in the original Dune movie. But I do not like Chani at all in this. I think they've completely, not her fault. They've taken that character in a spot that shouldn't. We're not going to talk about Dune, but anyways, I liked her. This is her best performance. I did like her in Greatest Showman. I always forget she was in that. I liked her in that one. She's like the acrobat girl or something, right? So I liked
she's a
her
trans-
in that one. Yeah. But I really liked her in this. I thought Ned was good. I mean, that he ain't going to be Hobgoblin. That ain't going to be Hobgoblin. I don't know what that.
Wait a second. though.
Who came
Hold
up with that? Yeah.
Well, that's because he's
Hold
not.
on,
So
though.
wait, Steve.
J-Man,
Yeah.
considering the books we've been reading,
Yeah.
could he become
No.
demonic hobgoblin? And
Oh.
the reason why I say that
Okay.
in No Way Home, he was able to open those rings.
Yeah.
Right?
So maybe
He was able to open
okay.
the portals. So he's got a knowledge of science because he's smart, and he's got some mystic connection to the sciences
Okay.
of mysticism.
If he does evil, if he does demonic Hobgoblin, then yeah. Well, but okay, so Ned Leeds he's Hobgoblin, but he's the fake Hobgoblin because later they retcon that, whatever. That's literally a stream on its own. For all intents and purposes, he's Hobgoblin in the first iteration of the first reveal of, oh my God, this is Hobgoblin. But that actor who plays Ned visually is a representation of Miles's friend
Mhm.
from the Ultimates universe. Is that right, Steve?
Yeah, if I'm correct, yeah.
Okay, so that was weird. They basically took the visual because he looks exactly like they took the video. You could look it up. They took the visual. So I don't know if you guys know this. So Ned in these movies with Tom Holland, he looks like Miles's friend, but they named him Ned. It's so weird. It's just like that's not Ned. Like it's just such a weird thing to do. Like I don't know why they didn't just name him whatever he's named in the Ultimates. Like because then he looks exactly like the character.
Yeah, Genki Lee.
Genki Lee.
It's a Korean American teenager.
Okay, so he's Korean, so it wouldn't have fit that way. But still, he's a bit chubby,
they could
right?
Still do it. They could still do that, and
Yeah.
you know what would be an interesting twist because Tom Holland has already talked about passing the torch to a new Spider-Man. That if at some point Ned was still in there, he could become a villain because he's mad that his best friend Peter Parker is no longer Spider-Man and somebody else is being him. That could be an interesting twist.
Yeah, they could. They could do. It's Flash, Andrew. Flash is the boyfriend. That was the joke or whatever. It was Flash Thompson, wasn't it? Wasn't that the boyfriend? Wasn't that MJ's boyfriend? It was.
Well, there is
Yeah.
Flash. So Flash Thompson, is he supposed to be Flash? Like, but he doesn't have any powers, right?
No. Flash Thompson, as in like that's just the guy's name. He has no powers. He's
Okay.
not the Flash.
No, the guy that
No.
so isn't the guy that thinks he's Spider-Man's best friend or claiming
Yeah,
that he is,
Flash.
isn't that? Yeah.
That's Flash.
That's a very
Flash. That's the
confusing
boyfriend. That's the new boyfriend that MJ
Yeah.
has. He only appeared in that one second.
Yeah, but you
Actually,
you
no,
can
that's
tell
not
she
the same
doesn't.
guy.
That's not the same guy.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not the same guy. It's a different character.
It isn't.
What?
It isn't the same guy. I don't think.
It's not
I
Flash
didn't
Thompson.
catch that. If it is, he must look different. If it's the same guy.
It's not the same
Okay.
guy. It's not him.
Wow, that means I confused that. Well, where was Flash Thompson? I don't think he
Because
was.
think about it, though, J-Man. Peter would have had even more of a reaction to seeing that guy if it was Flash.
Oh yeah, that would have pissed him off hardcore.
Well, he just it's been years since high school, so he's probably just wherever the hell he's at. I don't
Was Flash Thompson blipped or not?
No, because they
No.
show him. Oh God, I can't remember the scene, but they actually show him in the film. There's a picture of him when they're talking.
Oh, so he
about-
wasn't blipped, or so he wouldn't have been with them.
Yeah, but if it
in
was
the
Blip,
very
they came back.
beginning when they're doing the Marvel stuff, they show him there like with his book or something, just very briefly.
Yeah, he's in a photo,
Okay.
and they make a mention of him. I just can't remember what it was.
I'm gonna check.
Yeah, if he's in this movie, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think
I
I
am
think
gonna
they just
check because I wanna see
X-nayed
it,
him
like-
from the whole movie.
Yeah, no, he's in the movie, but he's not. It's as an image. It's not him as a
Yep.
speaking role or anything. You're
Yeah,
absolutely.
so he's not in the movie. He was in No Way Home. He wasn't in. He's not in this movie. Wow, I thought that was him. I thought, oh no, Flash became the boyfriend. That's crazy.
And after all these years, I actually kind of feel like that was a good comic relief. I did not like that guy the whole time, but then I'm like, okay, like now that I've seen him not there, I'm like, maybe they should have brought him in, just for a quick little cameo, just to show where he was at, because he was the first one to get into MIT before all of them did.
Okay, so
And
they
that
show him in the
would've been-
beginning. So I thought for some reason it was him. So it's just an unnamed. It's a rando boyfriend. It's just like a random
I
new boyfriend.
think
who
Just a
so.
doesn't matter.
douchebag. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe that's probably the best way they should have gone with it. I don't think MJ would have been into him anyhow.
But she was throughout the movie. She the way she talked about him after the fact. I forget where it was. I mean, but you could tell she wasn't that
Yeah.
into that guy. She wasn't
No.
like she was going to marry this guy.
We got 14 votes. Somebody voted. 7% gave it 2 out of 5, which probably is just one person. So one person gave it a 2 out of 5. 14% gave it a 3. 50% gave it a 4. And 29 gave it a 5. So 50, 60, 70. So 80% of the people gave it a 4 or higher.
This is very, very much on track to be the highest grossing movie of 2026.
It'll be the highest grossing movie of all time because
maybe, but
This is gonna go ahead. Sorry. Yep.
No, go. You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. This being so successful, whatever doubt people had about Doomsday, this is just gonna propel them to go see Doomsday. Even
all right. So look,
Yeah, that's a good point.
Avatar Part 1 is 2.9 billion. So I mean, I don't know. This might it's gonna make 2 billion. I think it's a billion already. It just came out. And
but the
nobody's
thing is
talking shit.
even though it made this much, it's the legs of it.
We'll
are
see.
what could- for whatever reason, Avatar. Everybody just kept I like Avatar, but I'm I don't need to watch it all the time. But I don't understand how that's the highest grossing movie of all time.
And maybe
there's no
because of the
emotion
amount
in
of
that.
money for the money, the 3D money, because it's it costs basically a
At
lot.
the
It's
time,
basically
when it
$10
came out,
more.
it was everybody was blown away by the
It was cutting edge.
imagery. Yes, so
Yeah.
I
The
guess
3D. I'll say this: it had the best 3D ever. It was.
If you're gonna pick
crazy.
one,
You're holy shit! It was pretty awesome. But I've only seen it once. I bought the 2 Avatar movies and then I sold them. It's I'm why am I buying these? I'm not going to watch this again.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the second. I bought the second one on 4K and never even watched it. So now
I
I'm
haven't
selling
seen
it.
the last one. I
I didn't see the last one either. I just can't.
Uh,
Spider-Man alone. Yeah, there's no superhero fatigue for Spider-Man. Asia is a big Avatar. Oh, there you go. Fun. Yes, there you go. Previous
Yeah,
movies got
absolutely.
less than
Spider-Man
16.
movies. I'm not the only one to say this. I might even be copying, but I've been following the numbers that Spider-Man movies get people's butts in seats, just like you said. Especially with Tom Holland and with this one, if anybody hasn't seen it, if you want to see a good performance from a Spider-Man, especially emotionally, and seeing him, spoiler alert. He sets aside all of his Tony Stark technology to use his own technology in this movie,
Which is
He
good.
just uses the bare bones AI, which is great. He uses all of his own tech, and it's just in his mask. That's it, just in his mask, and just an AI helper.
It's basically used as thought bubbles. They're basically the thought bubbles because he wouldn't need it if he was thinking it, but he's not going to narrate it. So they just give that as someone to talk to be like, where's my inhibitor chip at and all of that. And, what did you guys think of the mutations thing? Did you think like, like, did you like that story angle, or because he's got the organic web shooters now, which is going back to the Raimi's stuff. Did you like that, or do you want to keep Steve? You're a Spider-Man guy. Does that go against the Spider-Man-isms?
I've always hated the organic webs because technically it should come out of his ass.
Yeah, I thought that too. Yeah,
that's just me. But I get it, and it's kind of Sony kind of reasserting a little bit of what the character was when it debuted in their movies, which is fine. It's interesting though that if he that's one of the problems with this movie is like the mutations are kind of random, right? Like they just kind of show up and there's no resolution. So are they going to be resolved in Secret Wars? And if he's going to be off planet, a good thing to have is the organic webbing because then you don't have to worry about replenishing your.
Hey, what about Cosmic Spider-Man? They can have the silver.
Right. Oh, yeah. They could do
that or whatever.
So I don't like. I don't know. Like, where do they stop? Like, because he does molt into a spider in the comics. So where do they stop in terms of what his power level is going to be? Right.
He'll get the arms. That's crazy.
But if you think about it, if everyone's going to Battle World, and he's so amped up already, Hulk got a power upgrade. He's got a power upgrade. It seems like everyone's going to have a power upgrade when it comes to the final battle with Doom. So we'll see what happens.
Wait, what's the next? Okay, so is Doomsday the next?
Doomsday and then Secret Wars.
And then
they're releasing Avengers Endgame in September, but it's supposed to have scenes related
that we
to
haven't
Doomsday. Well, I'm just saying. I'm
yeah, no, I know.
I'm stating a fact.
You are stating a fact, and I'm giving the conclusion.
Anyway, yes, Doomsday is the next one. Yes, J-Man, you're correct.
Yeah, so Doomsday is the real next movie.
So one thing they could do with this Spider-Man transformation that he can't control is create a sample, or somebody could get a sample. And that's where Doppelganger might be able to come in, instead of pushing down those Spidey powers and things that were infecting him and making him have like web shoot and everything. They could go the opposite way, and somebody like Carnage, who knows, anybody could come through and create a Doppelganger, allowing those to fully come through. I'd love to see Doppelganger.
So now, wait a second. Is Doomsday going to be like Crisis on Infinite Earths and collapse all this and just have one timeline?
Because that's kind of what Hickman's miniseries in the comics was, to unify the multiverse, right?
What, Secret Wars?
Yeah. So the Secret Wars.
No, nobody read that.
But, yeah, I'm just saying.
But that's why I need to know. I don't know. Explain it. Yeah.
So essentially, what it was is because they had the Ultimate Universe and all that kind of stuff. Doom unified all of these things. And so I have a feeling that's what you're going to get, that after that, then you're going to have this one singularity of a universe. And that's how you're going to get your X-Men and everyone in the same universe. And you'll be able to have more Marvel team-ups without having to worry about, inter-studio complications.
Well, Foggy also said that there's everybody was saying how Secret Wars was going to do like this huge reboot. He says that's not going to happen.
No.
So everybody's like, once Secret Wars goes, everybody's out, and all these new people are going to play the same one. So it's not.
They're going to already do that in Doomsday, though. So, I mean, he can say that, but that's exactly what they're going to do in Doomsday. They've already shown that they're bringing people back from different universes. And by gosh, I will even state this, that I think there might even be multiple Buckys, multiple Captain Americas, potentially multiple other people, even potentially Sadie Sink coming in as Jean Grey and seeing Famp come back.
How much screen time? Like, are these going to make the Odyssey look like a half-hour comedy show?
Right. I mean, there's going to be a lot. We'll see what. I mean, I don't know. We can always speculate. Hey, Ross, I think I don't mind introducing plot points that will continue in other movies. It's like I just watched Star Trek 4 today for the 400th time. And in Star Trek 3, the Enterprise blew up. They had the Klingon ship, and then they had the Klingon ship in the next one. And you could say, well, why did they have a Klingon ship when that didn't go anywhere? Where it went somewhere in the next movie. So I don't mind. They had Kirk Connors in Spider-Man 2, but it didn't go anywhere. Ultimately, actually, that went nowhere because he didn't even become Lizard. So I don't mind them putting in stuff that'll be later as a small minor plot point just to conclude. If you have too many that are going to conclude later, then it feels like, why are you setting up movies, right?
Which is what this movie felt like to me.
This movie definitely felt like it.
True.
In the Jean Grey parts. The mutating parts, I had a feeling, well, the mutating parts did go somewhere in the sense that he overcame the mutations to choose to be a hero and embrace them when he needed them, but not to get overwhelmed by them. So I think it did go somewhere, but they can develop it, as Headcase is saying, they could develop it in more, in future movies, they can maybe do something. Jean Grey is a super duper total setup for look, whether you like that angle or don't like that angle, the fact of the matter is that someone said, because it's like, if we all sat at a round table and picked 5 more friends of ours to all sit at a super round table and be the friggin' knights of the round table and be like, all right, Spider-Man, the 10th movie or whatever we're on now. 10th movie, who should be the villain? Boom, boom. And someone's going to be like, oh, I like Puma. It's like, oh, okay. How about Boomerang? How about Tombstone? Okay. How about Negative Man? How about, so people start throwing out super random
Rhino.
names, right? Rhino, a better Rhino, Tarantula, right? And then someone's like, Jean Grey. I'm like, you're in the wrong office. The X office is over there, and Jean Grey's not a villain yet, dumbass. Go back, get your ass. And so I was like, oh no, let's do that. Huh? This is so weird. Just on this, if I just say to you, who's the villain? Well, the first villain is Green Goblin. Yeah, Green Goblin's one of the top guys. Okay. Next one, Doc Ock. Yep. Doc Ock. Sandman. Yeah, shit. Yeah. Venom. Yeah, he's got to be in those movies, right? Then you got like Vulture. Yeah, shit. Vulture. Got to have Vulture. Shocker. Right.
Forget though.
Electro.
So he has their villain verse. So some of the villains they could have used had their own standalone films.
Yeah, Craven, right? So you have all these villains. It's like Jean Grey is not who's your. If I said give me your top 50 Spider-Man villains, is Jean Grey? It's like so weird. Like it's like it's like wrong universe. Like it's the wrong brand, and she's not a villain, and she's on the wrong brand. So it's too. So it's clearly to set up X-Men because there's no other reason for it. Why wasn't it just Emma Frost? We could have had the same thing, just make it Emma, and then that's the end of it.
No, Venom, and he's not a villain really anymore because they kind of trashed that storyline as him being a villain. But Venom, they teased Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the last Venom movie, and then they never did anything with it.
Mm-hmm.
They literally showed him in the same universe.
That's because box office and nobody will go in to see those movies.
Yeah, Venom is because Venom needs to be created from Spider-Man because the symbiote hates Spider-Man and Eddie hates Peter. Yeah. You cannot get that villain is one because Craven was a hunter. Yeah, like Craven was a hunter before Spider-Man came on the picture. Craven was already an outside hunter. So even though that movie actually gave me a heart attack, but notwithstanding, it's like, did it work or not? Who can say? Could say it's not. That wouldn't work. But he was a villain before Spider-Man was around. So Spider-Man was around. Craven was hunting people, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm going to hunt the Spider-Man guy." But Venom is specifically created from Spider-Man, so you cannot make a thing outside of that.
Here's the crazy thing, right?
Yeah.
Where does he get the suit? In Secret Wars. He needs it because his suit's destroyed. The web shooters are all busted.
We'll be reading Secret Wars live on this channel in 2 weeks.
Right. And he gets the suit, the same machine that repairs Cap's shield when it's destroyed, gives him the suit, and then he has the webbing. So from 8
Yeah,
to
it comes
12, the
out of
last
it.
4 issues, it comes out of the top, and he doesn't have to
Yeah.
worry about web fluid, right? And so it's really interesting. And this is my problem with the film, is how they decided to kind of portray certain characters. And I gotta say, like, I think Punisher comes off, other than Spidey, Punisher comes off the best out of all the characters that are in this movie. That's the character you're going to complain least about, because yeah, you get Savage Hulk back, but then Banner's still a pawn in a movie, right? How many times
And
has
he just gets getting shafted, man.
that gets
Like,
beat up? Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, got his ass beat by the what is it, the Hulkbuster
Hulkbuster.
armor. He really didn't do anything in Infinity War on Wakanda, right? Because he's in that
He's in the armor. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Like Banner. I don't
Spidey
know.
and Punisher come out the best. Jean is absolutely like destroyed, or Madeline,
Yeah.
right? If we're gonna
Yeah.
go that way. And so that's my issue, and it's all for setup. It's so, as a film, divorced of anything else, you walking in there and you're like, am I going to be entertained? And I think this is where, John, you're 100% on this. Absolutely entertaining. Like, set pieces are great. It's bright, it's colorful, it's funny, lots of action. It's the connective parts that make it a whole, to me, that it's still, the more we talk about it, the more I'm falling out of favor with this.
Nobody's going to be too, everyone's going to, like, there's not anybody that's not given this, like, outside of the comic book people, everyone's dying over this. Like, nobody's saying, oh, I don't like, a lot of people are saying, I like this Jean Grey thing because, like, oh, that, because look how powerful she was here. Imagine when she's Dark Phoenix. Like, but they're not thinking it through, right? Like, they're only thinking it, again, within this movie. If this was the last we've ever seen of Jean Grey, then you're like, okay, well, then that's it. But if you're going to take this character and move on, there's going to be a lot of damage control that it's going to have to be done for this character, because Jean is a good person and she's a kind person. She wouldn't resort to doing this. So using her in this plot, which you could write anything you want, makes it weird. So it's clearly for setting up, they could have set it up with someone else too. That's my only problem. But anyway.
And that's why the Madeline Pryor thing works, if you think about it.
It could be, yeah. Now, as a movie on its own, it's pretty awesome, because when you're watching it, I was really like, yeah, what's going on here? Like, I really didn't know. I was invested in the mystery, and I liked Peter, or Spider-Man actually, walking around and getting information, because Peter Parker, Spider-Man, this movie did a lot of great things. Firstly, it established that Spider-Man is a better detective than the Batman, because the Batman can't figure anything out and just stands around in the dark. Whereas this Peter is proactively figuring out a mystery and looking at stuff and trying to figure stuff out. So he's way better than Batman already. He's not a cold-blooded piece of trash murderer like Supergirl, so he's already better than that. It's like he's better than like every other hero we've seen. Brand New Day is the best Marvel-related movie in like a long, maybe since the last Spider-Man movie, but even before that, like like Spider-Man seems to be the only one, because even remember we looked at the box office, Steve, even the weaker Spider-Man movies still make tons of money. Like even it's like, what was the lowest rated one? Amazing Spider-Man 2, maybe?
Amazing Spider-Man 2, and I think that was 700+ million.
Even
that or Spider-Man 3 or
Spider-Man 3 made tons of money.
Yeah.
Oh, did it?
Oh, massive, guys, massive.
It's the highest grossing Raimi film.
Grace, it's been spoilers this entire time.
Is that in conjunction with inflation, or is that
no?
Okay, I'm just asking questions.
No. Spider-Man 3 though, even at the time, I remember it like
bring up those stats.
Let's bring them up here. Spider-Man 3, boom, 887. Hey, oddly enough, the budget for Spider-Man 3 is the same as this budget.
Well, no symbiote, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hulk is in it for what, 5 minutes?
No, he's in it. Well, no, the fights. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I feel like they stick with you, you know, like, yeah, it's a good question because I feel like that things stick with you longer, you know, like depending on what the scenes are, and you think that they're in it longer than they are. Like they did like a breakdown of how long Punisher was in a new Spider-Man and how long that Jean Grey was in it. And it was like 30 minutes each or 15 minutes for one and 30 minutes for the other. It's like very small.
And don't forget, this was filmed in Scotland, so they would have made a ton of tax breaks and saved a ton of money instead of shooting on location in like New York or Chicago or something like that, or even Georgia.
So No Way Home. This is all the Spider-Mans together. 1.9 billion. So I mean, this one's going to
Of course,
beat it.
this movie was amazing. I love this movie. I love it.
And ironically, even though this one is my favorite, I think I was the most emotional watching that film.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that on the tier ranking on Thursday. Dan is excited for Ghost Rider. I'm excited for it to get canceled and not go anywhere. And I mean, when I see a trailer, then I'll get excited. Until I see a trailer, there's no point because everything gets announced and then canceled.
I want Eva Mendes.
Out of all the projects that get announced, J-Man, one gets canceled, and now you're on this like.
What are you talking about, John? Everything from Disney's been canceled. There's so many.
So what was the lowest? What was the lowest?
I think Amazing Spider-Man 2. Not the animated movies were way low comparatively.
Well, yeah, of course that makes sense.
But Amazing Spider-Man 2 was 716.
Yeah,
which is really high though.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like even let me say Amazing Spider-Man 1. Yeah. So I mean, Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is the weak one, it didn't do. Let me see, Homecoming, 880. What was the second? Far From Home? Yeah, that was.
I've
next.
never looked at
1.1.
This is cool. Yeah.
1.1 billion. Far From Home.
Yeah, which is
really
really good for
2's
that
crazy.
movie, actually.
Yeah. Spider-Man 2, 788. So Spider-Man 3 did better, did 100 million more on top of that. I mean, this is crazy. Yeah, the Spider-Verse movies
put butts
didn't do
in the
as much.
seats, right? Like
even the Spider-Verse did 690. Like even like a cartoon that adults don't care about still made money. I mean, Spider-Man's the man. Why is Cyborg coming up with what did Cyborg make? 10 grand or 10 million? That's it.
I'm surprised it made that much.
Okay, but Cyborg, let's face the facts. Cyborg is better than any of these other Spider-Man.
Is that in the same universe?
Cyborg. I
love Cyborg. It's Van Damme who's the greatest. Who's the greatest.
That's funny.
That is the biggest train wreck, but I watch it all the time.
Yeah. Which is the number
That's
one?
a dark movie too.
Spider-Man number 1. How much did that make? That have been the sevens as well too?
800, 810.
And this is the Tobey Maguire one, right?
2000, yeah, the first Spider-Man live action.
See,
movie,
back
right?
then, what those movies made is what, like, now it's billions. Like back then, like if a movie made 800 million, that was like bank, which it is. I mean, of course it is, but now if your movie doesn't make 1.5, it's like, oh, it's a clusterfuck.
Did we look at Homecoming? Yeah, we did 880.
It's kind of like how comics are now compared to like the 90s, where you're selling $1 million, 2 million, and a book would get canceled if it was selling 500,000. Now it's an absolute superstar book.
Yes,
I remember they canceled one of my Jonah Hex series that I really enjoyed. And
I'm talking about big, high-profile stuff. I'm not talking about little pity shit that nobody remembers. I'm talking about Blade. That was the biggest thing that was canceled. All that other crap, who cares? It's like, who cares about that crap?
But I mean, Blade? Again, Blade was going to be, it's about his daughter and stuff.
Well, yeah, they got a 2-time Academy Award winner announced on stage at San Diego Comic-Con. Do you think Kevin Feige wants to take pie in the face for that?
Yeah.
He said he feels like a loser for it.
He said that. He's like, I feel like a failure. That's
you are
up.
a failure,
He's
but
like,
for other reasons.
We wanted to do Blade with this 2-time Oscar winner, and we couldn't get it done. We couldn't figure it out. We couldn't crack it, and I feel like the biggest idiot. So
because he is the biggest idiot because they're not going by the obvious thing.
Oh my God,
Kevin Feige. Yeah, you could see as soon as it became all about him, it's like fart noise movie. It's like fart noise,
No, was
fart
that
noise, fart
JPEG
noise.
guy? What was that guy's name that took over Disney that greenlit
Kevin
everything?
Feige doesn't
like
know
Secret
anything.
Invasion?
Okay, out of everybody that was ever announced, the easiest movie to make is Blade. It's like you have a guy who has martial arts who kicks the shit out of vampires. Blade
No,
is the
but like-
easiest character to make. There's nothing to figure out. Like the first Blade movie, it's like Wesley Snipes kicks the shit out of people. That's the story.
Yes, this is true.
Did you guys ever listen to the soundtracks for the first 2 Blade movies?
I have them on CD, so yes.
Oh yeah, dude, they're bangers. They're bangers, bro.
Listen,
Dude, both
Wesley
soundtracks
Snipes,
are awesome.
right? Wesley Snipes walked in. He's in that movie, and he just kicks the shit out of people. Like, so Steve and I were joking because Wonder Man came on, and Steve's like, "Did you watch Wonder Man?" I was like, "No, I ended up watching Blade." So, and I've seen Blade 4,000 times. So then you guys will say, "Oh, it wasn't too bad." I was like, "Okay." And then on stream live, I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna try Wonder Man tonight." The next stream. So did you watch Wonder Man? I was like, "I
No.
watched Blade again." I was like, "You just watched Blade." I was like, "I know, but I just watched it," because I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to the movie that I know is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, and that's Blade and Blade 2. And Blade 3 sucks, but or not, it's not as good. I need to watch it again. But Blade, like Blade, Punisher, Blade, these movies are Punisher is easier than Blade because you don't need effects for it that much. I mean, you know, like there's so many Punisher movies that you could just take a movie and rework it to be a Punisher movie if you want to, right? I mean, like these are the easy characters. Ghost Rider is hard because Ghost Rider, when he's the spirit of vengeance, there's not a character there. So it's like Johnny Blaze or Dan Ketch or whoever he's playing is the character, right? The Ghost Rider is just like a force of nature to get vengeance. It's like Hulk, like when he becomes Hulk, but Hulk is still a character because Hulk has personality. Ghost Rider kind of maybe does ish. It's tough. Spider-Man is cool because when he's Peter, he could be different. When he's Spider-Man, he could be different. Same with Clark and Superman, Batman and Bruce, all of these dual identity guys. But Ghost Rider becomes a monster, right? So it's like he just looks awesome. So that's why they don't have many Ghost Rider. Like when you see like even in Nicolas Cage movies, which I didn't think were that bad, when he's only Ghost Rider for like 10 minutes or something. Like I mean, it's mostly just Johnny Blaze walking around. So is Ryan Gosling playing Johnny Blaze or Dan Ketch?
Don't know.
We don't even know.
Yeah.
So they didn't even announce that. Like he's Ghost Rider. Well, which Ghost Rider? They're like
Apparently off of a comic that Gosling read and liked, so we'll see.
well, the font they use, Sean and I immediately, because we're nerds, immediately it's like, oh, they use the Dan Ketch font.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah, but my response to that, to my own, like, so Sean said that, and my response was, yeah, I saw that, but my response to that is like, I don't think they know that there's different logos, so they're just putting a logo that they think, you know, they probably picked the first one off Google. Oh yeah, that's it, Ghost Rider. It's like that's not the Ghost Rider that you think it is. So I don't know, unless he is going to play Dan Ketch, in which case will Nicolas Cage be Johnny Blaze?
Well, I can see that, and I want Eva Mendes to show up again.
She could show up in anything, and that's and the less
Well, she's married to Gosling, so she
That's what I'm
probably be
saying.
in this movie.
Oh, is she married to Gosling?
Is she?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's why I want her in it.
she'll. Yeah, that's
I
why.
mean,
If any,
yeah,
yeah, she'll
Eva
be-
Mendes
yeah.
is a marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay,
She is
what
an
do you think?
attractive lady.
No
yes.
pun intended.
Yeah, John,
Well-
did you ever read the Cosmic Ghost Rider stuff with Frank Castle as Ghost Rider? Did you ever read any
I
of that?
liked it.
Yes,
What did you think? J-Man liked it. Did you like it?
I liked it. I like War of the Realms. I mean, I don't care. Like you put Punisher in it. Like I
Because
guess
I'm
I'm
telling
like
you,
I guess I'm biased. Like because like it's like the movies. Like people
Right.
hate certain movies or like certain movies. I like them all for different reasons.
but
So-
wouldn't this be an amazing animated movie or an animated
They
series?
should do that. That'd be
Instead of
awesome.
Oh,
what
hell
if?
yeah, they would
Instead of
never
what
do
if,
it though.
give me
because-
that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you're gonna announce,
just-
like, yeah, exactly.
I hope that Ryan Gosling can do it. I mean, they really need to tell him, it's like, dude, you got to play a badass in this movie. You got to screw all your other roles. You got to be a badass in this movie. You know,
I like Ryan Gosling.
I do too.
Yeah.
He's a good actor. I just really want him to push him and be like, dude, you can't, no, none of that. you know what I'm saying.
I know.
He's
It's
been
like
in
what was that?
Barbie and stuff. So you got to really push this guy like as just like a no F's given.
Yeah. Has he done a bad movie? I guess we're gonna find out right now. Let's see.
Trying to
He was
think.
badass in The Gray Man. I mean, the movie overall wasn't that great,
Let's
but he did
see.
badass in it.
I liked him in the
Filmography.
what was it, that movie he did with Russell Crowe, which was pretty funny, set in the late 70s. That was pretty good.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Not the
As
other
a
guys.
acting-
Not
The
other guys.
Notebook is that looks pretty. That's pretty stupid.
The-
I think my wife watched about 10 minutes of Notebook and she's like,
I
I'm
was
done.
gonna say that your girlfriend might disagree.
No.
Well, you-
Let me, head case. I've been married for 17 plus
The
years.
nice guys. Thanks,
My-
RR. The nice guys.
My wife gives zero chances. She gives movies about like 15 minutes and she's like, I'm done. Whatever you think of me, she is 1,000 times harder critic, and she doesn't like any of these losery movies at all. Like she's like, oh, I can't. She's like, I want to watch, and she'll mention all the big movies that were coming out, and then she'll watch like 10 minutes. She's like, this movie's stupid. And then I'm like, and I can't really turn off a movie. I try to finish it at least, and then I'm stuck watching it.
The Notebook was like the first like getting laid movie that I remember.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Not sure.
Blue
Reaching
Valentine is really good though.
Drive. I like Drive. That was
Drive
cool.
is
I have
good,
that
too.
one. Ides of March. I didn't know he did that.
yeah, good elevator fight scene.
Gangster Squad. Oh, that was a good movie. Gangster Squad was pretty good.
Yeah.
Good cast too.
Lost River. Big Short is very good.
Mhm.
This is actually very good.
I would say
Nice
the
Guys.
I did not like Fall Guy.
Of course, it's shit.
That's his bad movie.
Yeah, the Fall Guy sucks. Barbie, Gray Man. I didn't see Gray Man.
Oh,
That
he
looks
was in
kind of interesting.
Nightcrawler, right?
No, that's
No, that's the other dude.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, see,
I
I get those
thought-
guys
I-
confused.
Man,
Everybody does. Yeah.
I love Nightcrawler. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
as
Okay.
well.
I was gonna say. So that's what I was gonna say. Is if he can give the Nightcrawler vibes, that would be really good. Like Ghost Rider.
Mhm. Yeah, so I mean, he was good in Barbie.
Yeah, he was good.
I don't think that's a particularly bad movie. I just think it's kind of like slightly misguided and it's too long. It should have been more about Barbie going on adventures. Like, well, I don't understand why they had to do this big political statement. Like, or you could have Barbie going on adventures. Like, I don't get it. Like, anyways, whatever.
That movie made an ass load of money. So I mean,
So-
who are
so
we
my
really
opinion
to
means
say,
nothing. My opinion means nothing because it made tons of money.
Barbenheimer.
So the Fall Guy. How much did the Fall Guy make? $2.
It's
Good. 180 million. Good. Loser movie.
Made 30 million, so studio's still happy.
Good. No, it didn't. That's not counting all the marketing and stuff.
Are you guys watching the comment? This is making me laugh. The comments are fucking hysterical.
What do we listen from?
I don't know. There's a lot of good shit going on. I'm laughing.
Oh wait, Ross. Who are people fighting?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Let me see.
This guy, I don't know who this guy is, but
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with Ross. I think that Brand New Day is. Well, we're going to do a tier ranking. I do think Brand New Day is a bit better than Spider-Man 3. But
Listen, it's all
not one or two.
subjective. Like you can have your thoughts, I can have my thoughts. It's like as long as you back it up, go right ahead. I don't care.
Just play something. So
You
who's
just have
fighting
to
with
play
who?
something.
Who's fighting with Ross?
It's not
Andrew.
like we're saying Alien 3 is better than Alien or Aliens. You know.
Hold on a second. So wait, I'm missing who's fighting with who. Oh, hey, our buddy was here. VSC. That's why we looked at that. Okay, so
Yeah.
who else is fighting?
The one
Andrew.
you just put it up there. The one comment was pretty
Who
funny.
are some of Ghost Rider's biggest villains?
Oh, the
It's
guy with
like-
the eyeball, the big eyeball motorcycle riding dude. He's cool. Mephisto, Blackheart, I think, is one of the villains.
Mephisto.
So would Borat be in it? What's his name?
See, like it's
What
getting
the hell's-
pretty-
Mephisto, right?
Yeah, Mephisto. What's Borat's actor name?
Oh,
that-
Sacha Baron Cohen.
Sacha
Sacha
Baron
Baron
Cohen.
Cohen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was really surprised me when I saw that in Ironheart. I was just like, "Whoa, okay!" And he did a really great job.
The Orb. Thanks, Phil.
That was
Or
the
very
that was the best part of having to go through all the other stuff watching that show to see him in the end.
Yeah, he was good.
Which what show is that?
Ironheart.
Oh, someone watched it. That's great. It's good to hear someone watched it. I watched 3 episodes of it and threw up, and I kept throwing up on my shirt. So
I was following Disparus and Critical Drinkers videos, and so I'm like, I'm gonna watch them and then hear what they have to say. You know what I mean?
See. Yeah, I didn't finish that. I didn't finish. You know, what was really bad was was Ahsoka the same show as the one that was it? There was something that was with Rebels. There was a guy missing. There was a Star Wars show where some guy was missing.
Yeah.
Is that Ahsoka? Is that the same?
Oh, you're talking about Kanan Jarrus. Kanan Jarrus was from Rebels, and he was not in.
Is that the purple haired dude or whatever, or the
the guy that looks
the
like
guy
Jesus.
that has the green green armor on his arm?
Yeah.
Okay, so that guy. Okay,
Ezra, right?
Yeah, Ezra Bridger and Ahsoka and Sandala and all them were all in Rebels, but they didn't have Kanan Jarrus. It's because Kanan Jarrus died in the animated series at some point.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So I watched like 6 episodes of it, and then I just stopped because I was just like, why am I continuing this? All these fake Star Wars shows, they're all awful. I sat through all of Obi-Wan barely.
I was really disappointed, like when I saw the trailer for the Acolyte, because they're like putting Hong Kong style action with the lightsaber fights. I was really pumped for that one. Then I watched.
Yeah, that was brutal too.
I was like, they
deleted
I'm like,
Carrie-Anne Moss.
As a man who was 5 years old at opening day, this is gutter trash.
Yeah. And I like Carrie-Anne Moss. They kind of wait.
Yes, and it had her.
Yeah, she got a bum rap in that show, dude.
Oh my God.
Hardcore. The very first episode, she gets deleted. What's your problem?
Right? Did she even make the theme music? I think she got hammered before the theme music.
It was the very first scene. The very first scene in the show. Yeah. She's gone.
Yeah, so come on.
It's like you showed us her face like so many times in the trailers, and then
I didn't even.
We're like, oh, Carrie-Anne Moss, she's going to be a Jedi.
I tapped out.
Yeah, I think it was like
Wrecking Crew was in She-Hulk.
She-Hulk, yeah.
I
think Executive Decision was the first time I had something like that happen to me, where I'm like, I'm gonna go watch a Seagal movie, and it's like, wah, wah.
Yeah.
Well, you got it. Early Seagal, not bad.
Yeah, it was good.
I think when Seagal did that 45-minute speech, which they got down to 8 minutes, and On Deadly Ground.
On Deadly Ground, we did an actually an episode on how it's 100 minutes of everybody saying how great Steven Seagal is.
Yeah, no, but that scene at the end was legitimately about 18 minutes or something, and
it was longer.
It's way longer.
The studio was like, we can't air this whole thing.
We can't air this whole entire thing.
This needs to be edited.
But you got to watch Space Ice's.
I want to see the full. I want to see his full speech. I want to see I gotta see.
Even the speech we got seemed excruciatingly painfully bad. The movie actually wasn't so bad until that speech came at the very end.
There's some great action on Deadly Ground, like when he's going at the plant. Oh, it's like I thought it was awesome, but then it was. Like, and then you had the best part about the last thing, I know we're gonna talk, but the best part about On Deadly Ground was Billy Bob Thornton, before he was a star, talking about how great Steven Seagal's character was in that movie.
Yeah, that's how you knew that was fiction. You're like, I don't think this is real. It's like,
oh, so good.
All right, so final thoughts on Spider-Man. I'm definitely gonna order it for sure. It's this movie made me feel good about Spider-Man. And people loving it. It's not like, I don't like, usually when people like, I always troll on Facebook. You guys, people who are friends with me on Facebook can see when I post something, there's like 300 comments and they're all triggered as shit. I just posted a tier ranking, and that is like trigger mania. Everyone
like
loses their mind.
It's like
my favorite tier ranking was the tier ranking all the Predator movies, and I put one into it. I put one into at the top, and then that's all. And I didn't put anything else. So I was like, that's all the Predator movies. And they're like, oh, where's all the other ones? So I was like, I just ranked them all. I just did the tier ranking. I ranked both Predator movies. And they're like,
They're so easy. It's like
That was the easiest ranking ever.
Oh my god, it was like the best thing ever.
That was so easy. Part
That's
one
one
and
of the
two.
things that I usually do when I like look at lists of movies. I'm like, where's Predator? You know, like in this.
I just
line
put
of
Predator
movies.
1 and 2. It's like
Or once
I
again, let me
rank
bring
any
up
of
the
other
one
ones.
guy that thought Prey was better than the original Predator movie.
Yeah, so
Oh,
We're all like,
we've unfriended him
geez.
now.
we were like,
He-
what?
He's been erased.
I'm like, I beg your pardon. I'm like,
Yeah.
I did not hate Prey, but
No, I
I'm
liked
saying
Prey
it's
a
better. Yeah, but
The
if we're
first
thinking it's-
Predator movie is a
One and two.
masterpiece. I will die on that hill. That's one
The,
hill I
the
will
second
die
one
on.
is also.
Second one is amazing.
It's
as well.
it's a different movie, but yeah,
second
it's
one is
just,
arguably
it's just as, and then what's
I'm
his
with you,
name?
John.
what
Who's the psycho? Who's the psycho
second one.
actor in the
you
second
could
one?
argue, you could
Yeah,
arguably
Gary Busey.
argue
Gary
that
Busey,
two
yeah.
is better than one.
It's a freaking alien.
I'm
Yeah,
with you.
part 2. I like Predator 2 better than Predator 1, but they're both 10 out of 10, so it doesn't matter to me. And part 1's part
yeah.
1.
I
Without part 1, there is
like-
no thing.
like,
So
just make them like one movie. Where
Yes.
yeah, you can just make them one movie.
two protagonists. So, what I
Did
like
you
is
know
Danny
that
Glover. Danny Glover wasn't like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was just an ordinary cop, you know,
Mhm.
but he still kicked ass. He
Yeah,
didn't
but
have
he-
to be a big, huge-
In that Predator 2 movie, it's very smart because the Predator observes, and when it's observing the drug wars, Danny Glover's team is the only team that is competent in getting shit done. And he is the leader of that team. So it shows the beginning of Predator 2 is genius
Mhm.
because it's showing you not through dialogue, but through actions,
Yeah.
how smart him and his team are. And then the fact that the Predator is seeing the same movie, we're the Predator because we're watching the same stuff happen. And as it's happening, you're like, oh shit, yeah, he's fucking getting shit. Because remember, they're trapped behind it. They're pinned down. Breaks the side of the car, gets the gun out, goes, saves them all, gets in there, takes everybody out. Now the Predator kills the Colombians. Okay, that's fine because he's hunting. But he sees that Danny Glover is badass and he's assessing it all. He doesn't care. He could have killed him right there on the roof. He was right there. He's like, this guy is more than, and Danny Glover saw him. He pointed the gun. He's like, whoa, what's going on? And the Predator paused. Why is the Predator scared? He could take that shot. The Predator's like, I want to see what this guy does. This guy's smarter than we think he is.
Well, he knew he
So-
had a worthy opponent.
He had a worthy opponent.
Exactly.
And then the way the rest of that movie plays out is genius because, and then as they add guys, like he adds the Lone Ranger, which is Bill Paxton.
Mhm.
Bill Paxton is doing little mini side missions, right? Which is the subplot. The subplot is the fact that the government knows about the Predator because of the events of part 1. So when they're hunting him down and they think they're so smart by getting the lights, they're like, oh, put the lights on and stuff. And we're going to wear the freeze suits. It's like when the Predator, you know what's so smart in that movie? The Predator changed its view and they didn't say anything.
Mhm.
It's just, they knew the audience was smart enough because you always saw the Predator's view. And it's like, and you're like, wait, what the fuck? You're like, oh shit. It's like, it's got fucking like all these different views. And then when the lights were there, like, oh shit, these guys are fucked now. And then Danny Glover defeats the Predator with its own weapon. That earned him, because Schwarzenegger, who's my hero in real life, Schwarzenegger did not win. The Predator
He
suicided.
survived, yes.
He survived,
Yeah.
but Danny Glover won. And
That's
then
why
they gave him the
showed
prize.
respect. Yeah.
Oh,
they-
that was
Done.
fucking great. Dude,
I'm
Predator
gonna
2?
say one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Schwarzenegger could have bashed his head out with a rock and
Could have.
decided not to.
Yeah, okay. No,
That's
listen.
when he
Schwarzenegger's my hero.
the Predator deleted himself.
well,
It
no,
was
he was just taken
after
aback
he
by
was
how he looked.
that Arnold Schwarzenegger decided to let him live.
Yeah, he could. Yeah, okay. It's there, but
Yeah, I know my shit.
using the disc on
Nobody's
the guy's own
dissing
thing was
Schwarzenegger.
badass. But I love Schwarzenegger. But both movies are 10 out of 10. If someone likes one or two better, I just say, look, you gotta say part 1 because part 1's part 1. There is no. It's like Halloween. What's the best Halloween movie? I don't know. John Carpenter, part 1. Like, there's no Halloween without it. So that's now you can like something like that can be changed. Like Friday 13th. Jason is the brand. But now Jason, as we know him, is not till part 3. So
Yeah.
someone could argue part 3 or 4 would be the best, saying part 1 is just a derivative. It's just like, okay, it's a whodunit movie. Really, it's just a whodunit. And then part 2's got the bag, which, yeah, it's cool, but it's not, you got to look at the brand. Predator is the brand. The brand started with Predator 1. Jason is the brand of Friday 13th. Jason started in part 2, but really the iconic Jason started in part 3. So while you could say Friday 13th part 1 is the best because there is no series without it, it doesn't necessarily make people's favorites because it doesn't really have Jason. That's why this Crystal Lake series is weird. Like, I want to see Jason. Nobody knows what Crystal Lake means except for the hardcore Jason fans who will watch anything. So considering that we'll watch anything, this is like Spider-Man. We'll end up, Spider-Man is the brand. The brand of this series is Spider-Man. So the first thing when you walk into this movie, if you walk into the movie and walk out and Spider-Man was the awesome and was the best, you have to give this a positive review because you're going to see Spider-Man. Did you see Spider-Man? Yes. Was he good? Yes. Was there good drama? Yes. Was there good action? Yes. Does the costume look good? Yes. Are the effects good? Does he fight guys? Does he have a relationship with MJ? Is he teaming up with other? Yes. So that's it. Like, what? I know you want more, and in Spider-Man 2 you got more, but in this one you didn't get more than that. But what you did get was awesome. So it has to be a positive. Go ahead, Steve.
Thing is a really tiny nitpick.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he walked around too much. I wanted him crawling on walls more. But
I know, but
he
that,
did,
no,
yes,
that's a
okay,
nitpick.
thank you. The one scene he did, I'm
nitpick.
like, and I watched. I'm like, is that the first time he's crawling?
Yes.
exactly.
What he-
yeah.
I know.
Yeah. I'm like, he should be on walls. He should be upside down. He should be.
I know, but that requires a lot of
He
money.
should be on the walls playing the 70s music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be,
Thank you again. I saw it twice, and I both times I'm like, that's the first time he's crawling on well, he was on a ceiling, but
Yes.
so,
yeah.
Yeah,
So
why-
I mean,
he
I
was
don't-
sitting
yeah, who
upside
knows?
down on a pillar.
well,
Yeah,
he-
there
well,
wasn't-
that doesn't count. He wasn't crawling.
I think that's just for money and budgetary reasons, really, obviously.
Maybe,
But
yeah, who knows? Yeah,
But I
maybe
love him
it's
walking
like,
around and talking when he's like he's in his like underwear and with the mask on. That's super funny.
it's like,
And
That
Florence
was classic.
Pugh-
That's classic Spidey. They did a lot of classic Spideys.
Yeah, that's
The only
funny,
thing they
man.
had him do is like because they don't have this relationship yet, and this is for another stream.
Yeah,
But like he doesn't have a friendship with Johnny Storm, so he's not running around with a paper bag over his head in an FF outfit.
oh, that
Right.
was the best.
Like there's that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
right.
But anyways, okay, so that's gonna wrap. We'll be back for a tier ranking on Thursday. John, do you have anything you want to let us know that you're getting involved in, or?
I'm in New Hampshire right now. I'm technically on vacation, so I'm just posting rant. I'm doing reviews. I'm just I have a couple interviews to put out. I have Eric Jacobus I still have to put out. I have to do another gentleman who did an action movie called Badland Rising that I have to put out. So just bear with me. I'm way behind, but I'm getting there.
All right, Steve.
Going to be joining you and Sean for some streams coming up. I guess Avengers tomorrow.
Avengers tomorrow, yes.
Yeah, and on Wednesday we have our weekly kind of news hit, and we're going to look at some of the casting news that's come about, as well as look at I guess Samara Weaving is now. She's what's her name?
Emma Frost.
She's
Emma
Emma Frost.
Frost.
That's great casting.
great casting.
And
That's
can
great
I just
casting.
say,
fantastic, by the
Yeah.
way.
as much as everybody hates Snake Eyes, the movie, she was awesome as Scarlet in the movie.
Yeah.
She was bad.
Yeah.
And
I like Ready or Not.
and I'm sad we're not going to get her as Scarlet in any more iterations of live action CGI.
All right.
I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. Because she's bigger now. She's a bigger
Yeah.
actress than she was back then.
All right. And then, so what am I doing? I'm doing Avengers tomorrow. Tuesday is The Dentist on Peach Channel. That's a great horror movie, The Dentist. It's not scary. It's more like awesome. It's almost like Falling Down. You're kind of teaming up with the dentist because everyone around him is so annoying. Wednesday, we're doing Tom McFarlane's Sabotage, the X-Force crossover. Thursday is the tier ranking for Spider-Man live action. Plus, I'll throw the Spider-Verse movies in there. They're going to get ranked really low by me because I don't like those movies. And then Friday is Fantastic Fridays. So Fantastic Four. So I'm streaming every day next week. Headcase, you don't do any content, do you?
No, I'm just I'm on the panel on Captain and Giratina's channel. You can find me at Admiral Teague. I've been working
yes.
with let's see here, Theta of Nerd Archaeology for a long time. You can find me on Captain Girantina's channel here on next Wednesday. It's the Phobos. I do a lot of things on Mark D with the C. So
Yep.
I'm pretty much an admin over there, and I'm on the panel all the time. So if you guys want to see some more of my content, just go ahead and check me out there.
Yeah, and Mark's link is in Mark D's link is in the description of all my videos and live streams, like going back for like
He does the
years.
same thing for you, bro.
I know he does. Yeah, so I've always had his link in there. So there you go. We'll be back to talk about that, and yeah, so that's it. Now I got to catch up on like 7 hours of SummerSlam or whatever it was. I mean, now there's going to be a day where the SummerSlam's going to be 7 nights or something stupid. It's just like wrestling's not that important. It doesn't need to be 6 hours. Like, I'm sure you can get these matches down. Anyways,
WrestleMania's 2 nights now, is it? WrestleMania 2 nights?
yeah, SummerSlam's 2 nights. Why? It was
Advertising,
last night and today.
advertising, man.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
more money. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched night 1.
Night 1.
I watched.
Remember
night
back
1
in the
already.
days where you're like, SummerSlam was awesome?
You know, best AAA baby. Wagner Brothers. Oh my God, love what the Wagners. Anyways, that's a whole different thing. Aldis versus Gunther. Yeah, I mean, my buddy's like, oh, I thought Aldis might win. Yeah, right. All right, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.